All right. 1 second. Yo, is this tripping?
You like
Oh wait, we're live.
Here we go.
Y'all can hear me? Why how everybody sound like that?
Shit, I don't know. Yo, if we're live, I'll do an introduction real quick. Hey man, stay man. Yo,
just
what's good, Cash Media family, bro? Yo, thank you guys for being here, bro. Yo, for all you guys out there, yo, we want to thank you, bro. You know, Cash Media wouldn't be possible without you. And you know, for all the female fans out there, you know what I'm saying? You can add me up on the Instagram, Josh B underscore 618. You already know I do this, fam. You already know I'm 10 toes down. You know, I'm really over here. But yeah, yo, look forward to a great Cash Media episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all tapped into the game today.
I did.
What was y'all takeaway from today? Um, what's going on? I mean, because what today's the final day for the NBA season,
right.
correct?
So now it's
Yes,
all
sir.
set.
It's all said and done.
Okay. Like, all right. So let's start off with this. Like, what's y'all takeaways? Let's get a little bit more organic. You know what I mean? So like, what's on y'all minds in regards to like the NBA season for this year, since it's like the final game, the conclusion of 2024-2025 season. What's y'all takeaways, man? Anybody can rev it up.
Hey, man, I'll bring it up first. You know, so there's a lot of NBA games today. And by far, the biggest takeaway for me was the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Portland Trailblazers. And let me tell you why. The Lakers decided to rest all their starters for seeding purposes because they weren't going to drop from the third seed. So all the starters rested. And Bronny James played 40 minutes today, and he only had 4 points, 2 of 10 shooting. I was very disappointed with what I saw from Bronny James as an NBA starter today.
Anybody else? That's what you gonna take away from that from the final game. You gonna bring up Bronny?
Hey, man, Bronny played 40 minutes today, and I was very disappointed.
Hey, bro.
Bro, my biggest takeaway is that I'm glad that Lakers actually on third seat. They have one more win than Nuggets do, and I'm glad that because first
Now,
round
they have the same wins.
is
They have the same wins.
Clippers.
They just win the tiebreaker.
Well, regardless, I'm glad that Nuggets are playing the Clippers because Lakers are playing Timberwolves, and I think that would be a far worse matchup for Nuggets than Clippers are. I think it's also a bad matchup for the Lakers. Like that series is gonna go to 6-7 games
You think so? Why you think that?
because they're a defensive nightmare for the Lakers. You've got Naz Reid, you've got Ant, you've got Rudy, you've got. I mean, yeah, all those are all-star caliber uh, defenders.
Mhm.
There'll be a big problem. I mean, you've got Julius Randle, you've got all those people.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Golden State won today, so we could face Golden State because that is a better matchup for us. I agree with AK for once. Timberwolves, Timberwolves definitely are tougher matchup. You know, they got bigs. We have no bigs, like so. That definitely is going to be a tough matchup. Who's going to stop Ant Man? It's gonna be a tough one. You know, the talent of Luca and LeBron, I trust them to win the series, but I could see it in like 6, 7 games for sure. It's definitely gonna be a tough first round. But as far as Bronny, I think it's because I don't know, like the moment wasn't big or nothing. He played 40 minutes. I just don't think he just wasn't ready. He played good defensively though. I think he had like 4 steals or something like that, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. He just couldn't get the ball in the basket. So You know.
Hey, Riggs, good to hear from you, man. I was just trolling with the whole Brady thing, bro. I just want to, I just want to make Cash
But yeah,
irritated,
he
bro.
did. He did. He can't make a bucket, man. He's not ready. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
because he balls out in the G League, but the second he
Good.
steps into a regular court, it's just I don't know. I don't like what I see.
Me neither. But yeah, the seating's all finalized up,
Oh,
and
I'm about to pull it up. I'm about to pull it up like right now. So give me 1 second, so y'all can get a good look at it. Also, check it. Oh, whoa. All right, it's up now. It's up now. Y'all see it?
I gotta
yeah.
pull it up on my phone.
Okay. Yeah. So it starts. Well, the play-in starts April 15th, which is in a couple days, right? So, that's not actually the case though. AK is that the Timberwolves, they still. Well, actually, no, they're the 7th seed. I'm
Yeah,
No, that's the case.
it's the Lakers versus the Timberwolves.
for the first round, so it's official.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is the last game. This is the last game of the season. So
Okay.
um
Oh yeah, and then this dropped like this morning. So yeah, this
Yeah.
is kind of like not
yeah, I'm
complete.
looking at the more updated one right now.
Okay.
So because there's a few games that's still on,
Mm-hmm.
So what's not locked in is the Houston. Oh no, actually it's locked. It's locked.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they're playing, I believe, that the 8th seed isn't locked yet. So
Mm-hmm. Well, the East is set though, from what I see.
yeah,
The East is set. So then the NBA East, the Eastern Conference is pretty much set in stone. So let me
yeah. I
pull
think
this
there's
up
like
right
2
here.
games left or something like that.
So right here, so the Eastern Conference seeding, obviously the Cavs is the number 1 seed, Celtics is the number 2 seed. Knicks and Pistons will be going against each other in the first round. Knicks and Pistons, and then you have the number 4 Pacers going against the number 5 Bucks, and then for the play-in tournament, it's going to be the Hawks versus the number 7 Orlando Magic. The winner of that matchup will face the Celtics, and then the number 10 Miami Heat will be going against the number 9 seed Chicago Bulls. Obviously, the loser is eliminated, and then the winner of that game will probably potentially face the loser between the Hawks and the Magic, and the winner of that game will be potentially the 8th seed of that matchup. So, like, all right, so let's put it, let's have a little bit more organization. So let's start off with the East, right? The East is I would say is somewhat volatile this year, right? Like it's not like the same type of Eastern Conference that we were accustomed to in the past couple of years. I think a lot of young guys have been emerging. We're starting to see young players come into their own. We're starting to see some sneaky teams really, become more developed, get better, and show a little glimpse here and there. I still believe that it could be potentially one-sided, but which team would you guys say has the most pressure in the Eastern Conference final? In the Eastern Conference,
Can I go first?
of course.
I feel like pressure. I
Mhm.
feel like the Knicks have tons of pressure going into this playoff because a few reasons. One, it's New York, so there's always gonna be pressure on like a New York team. Two, I think New York is like 2-9 or 0-9 or something along those lines against top 3 seeds in the East.
You're
So they're
correct.
going into the playoffs.
No, they're
Huh?
0-9, 0-12
Yeah,
0-9.
0 and
against
9 against
Yeah,
the
the
top 3
seeds.
teams. Yep.
right. So they're going into the playoffs already not able to beat the top teams in the playoffs. So it's a lot of pressure on them. So every game is just gonna be like, like the pressure's on. They have to like prove everyone wrong because in the eyes of, the media and like the fans, it looks like they just can't beat the top teams, no matter how good their record was. So I feel like it's a lot of pressure on them. They have the players, they have the personnel, the coaching. So it's like I feel like the pressure 100% is on the Knicks.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Rick in terms of Ricky in terms of a team standpoint because at first during our last podcast, which was about 3 weeks ago, I thought, you know what, maybe the Pistons could beat the Knicks, but and that was largely due to Jalen Brunson's injury. But Jalen Brunson's back now, and he looks about 80% of his power. You know, he's giving you 25, 27 since he came back from an injury. So there's no reason why they shouldn't beat the Pistons. I would say my expectations for the Knicks, realistic expectations for, you know, this not to be a failure, is for them to beat the Pistons. They have to beat the Pistons. And then, you know, at least put up a fight against, it would be the Celtics that they play in the second round, at least put up a fight against the Celtics, you know, take them to 6 games. But realistically, the Celtics are a better team than the Knicks. They have the better player in Jason Tatum. And, you know, I don't think any of us really expect them to beat the Celtics. So, but they need to beat the Pistons. They can't lose to the Pistons. The Pistons are going to be a tough matchup. But they need to win that. So in terms of a team aspect, I would say the Knicks definitely have the most pressure. But the first round in the East looks pretty boring, except the Pacers versus Bucks, which I want to talk about. I don't know if it's a good time to talk about it now. But no, in terms of who has the most pressure, yeah, I would agree with Ricky.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I also agree. I think Knicks definitely by far have the most pressure on them, since we got people like Hawk, like Wilt, who are praising them, and like all New Yorkers just like saying how they're gonna go straight to the finals, talking about Bronson, all this, all that. But yet they're 0-12 against top 3 teams plus OKC, which is
Oh, and
Yeah.
9, but yeah.
well, regardless, they didn't. Yeah, they have the most pressure.
Wow.
Okay. All
I
right.
didn't even know they didn't beat OKC as well. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out on a fence here, put myself out on a limb, and I'm gonna go with Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they have the most pressure. I do agree with what you guys are saying, but I wanted to be different.
Yeah, Cavs is my second pick for sure.
Right? Because you know, because the Cavaliers, like they set really high expectations for themselves.
Right.
The Donovan Mitchell, who's been in this position before, with the Utah Jazz, they've been competitive before. They've been a high seeding in the Western Conference with Donovan Mitchell leading the curve, right? And he even agrees that, you know, that he wants to be competitive, that he wants to, you know, go out on a run, you know, as a contender, right? So that was the reason he had left the Utah Jazz in the first place. So relatively, right? Like with the Cleveland Cavaliers, they've performed extraordinary this year. I don't think anybody really saw this coming with the Cleveland Cavaliers being the number 1 seed in the entire NBA, nonetheless. But they've also really set up their personnel for success. Now, is it going to be successful? I mean, that, you know, is yet to be seen. I think Josh may have differing opinions on the matter. He definitely has had a couple opinions about some of the people on the personnel for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But I think that they are suited enough to make a deep playoff run. And if they don't do something, right, then it's just going to look like their season is a farce, right? The unfortunate thing about, like, you know, teams like the New York Knicks compared to the Cleveland Cavaliers is just, you know, the showing that we've seen recently out of the New York Knicks, even though we would like to see something better out of them. And like I said, I do agree with everything you guys said. It would be a bad look for the Knicks to lose against the Detroit Pistons. And
the voice of reason has arrived.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get
What's up, people?
What's up, Will? What's up, Will?
Happy
Well,
to hear.
Don't know,
What's
Will.
going on?
hold on, I'm
What's
gonna
good,
get
Hank?
you. Hold on, 1 second.
Yeah, we can't say what's up.
What's up, buddy?
No.
How's everybody
Hey, no,
doing?
Hawk, you better believe in me, Hawk. I'm here.
No. All right, let me start off the podcast by saying, let me start my appearance by saying, I do not believe in Josh.
Whatever that means. Like, I'm not a religious figure, bro. I'm a guy.
I don't believe in Josh.
Gotcha,
And Artem is always right. Okay, now we can continue. Let's go.
I got you. But yeah, man. So that
What's
pretty
up,
much.
guys? How's everybody? Haven't heard you guys in a while. Basketball
Hey, Hark.
season's over. What's
You
going on?
you
Playoffs
you
about to
you came
start.
right on time. We was just talking about the Knicks.
Shit is getting exciting now. You saw this game tonight
Hmm.
between the Warriors and the Clippers. The Clippers beat them and shit.
Yeah, Harden's very good at basketball, but we all know that, you know.
Harden is trash. Whatever.
Fuck you.
So yeah, you guys are talking about my Knicks. What, yo? You could take my balls, put them in a pita bread
Oh,
with some
what?
hummus
Hey,
and
yo.
What?
tahini, and
Yo.
eat that to the face. All right. I don't want you.
Yo,
I don't
what?
want to hear shit. All right.
What are these
Don't talk about
analogies,
my
bro?
Knicks.
We're talking about them, bro. They got a lot of pressure, bro. Y'all better beat the Pistons and at least put up a fight against the Celtics.
Well, what team do you think has the most pressure? Will? All right, I
From
took
the East. From the East.
from the East.
From the East,
Yeah.
the most pressure. I don't know. I think maybe the Knicks. I think it's honestly because Eastern Conference Finals are bust. That's what it is, man. If they don't get that far, if the season's not a success.
Really? I disagree, bro. What do you mean? You're going to play the Celtics in the second round. I'm going to say at least put up a fight
Right,
against
exactly.
the Celtics. Take them
Exactly.
to 6
Eastern
games.
Conference
But y'all ain't
Finals
beating no fucking Celtics,
or
though.
nothing.
What do you mean? How are you going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals? You're going to have to beat the Celtics in the second round.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not happening.
But yeah, man. But what's your take on teams like Cleveland or even the Pistons? Like given that matchup, like what do you expect to see, like what do you guys expect to see in that matchup between the Pistons and the Knicks? Do we expect like the Knicks to show out the way they're supposed to? Are they going to flip the script? Are they going to like you know like what's your observation on it?
Yeah, I think home court advantage is very very important, like in the first few rounds and stuff.
Mhm.
And I think once the playoffs start and the Pistons are in that environment where they've never been before, the Knicks are gonna ball out. They're gonna. I'm saying if Pistons maybe win one game, maybe in Detroit, but that's it. They're not gonna look good. I don't feel. I think the Knicks go back to winning basketball. I think the Knicks go back to winning basketball and winning hard, winning, dominant to get ready for that second round matchup.
Well, the Pistons aren't a top 3 team in the East, so they do have a chance to beat them.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
they have.
I don't see it though. I don't see it though. They're new. They're new. They're young. They're gonna be under the lights of Madison Square Garden. They're gonna fucking crumble. It's not.
Definitely a lot of pressure for the Pistons, for sure.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
there is also pressure on Tibbs because he's
Yes,
well known. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. If they don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, at least they're gonna fire him. He's gone. I mean that's a
Oh, that's a lock.
known-
That's a lock. That's a lock.
Yeah.
That's a lock. If they don't, because I don't even care. Even if they put up a good fight against the Celtics and lose in the second round, he's getting fired.
Yeah.
They fire coaches for less nowadays, you know?
Yep.
like my boy Michael Malone.
Exactly.
If they get to the Eastern Finals and they lose, he's gone.
Right.
The only way he saves his job is if he gets to the NBA Finals. That's the only way they're keeping him, and
Yeah.
everybody knows that. All fans, He knows that. He knows that too, man.
Yeah.
The press is asking him the questions all the time and stuff. Like he knows that if he's not getting to the finals, he's done.
That's exactly why I think the pressure's on the Knicks because so many
Yeah,
things can
that's
change if
yeah,
after the season. Like with the Cavs, yeah, there's pressure for them to win, but them even being the first seed is just like, all right, they overcame their expectations a little bit. So it's not
yeah,
really
and
that much pressure. Nobody thought they were coming in, oh yeah, championship contender. Nobody looked at the Cavs like that. Now they
right.
do have it now, but the pressure's on the Knicks for
I mean,
sure.
they have it now because they applied their own pressure on them, but it's really not a big deal. Like if they don't make it that far, we had a great season. We'll try
But
again
I'm
next year. But the
100%
Knicks are not like that. The Knicks are not in that situation. The Knicks are
right.
like, no, next year. This year. We did all these things for now. You better fucking show up. And if
Can
you
I?
don't
Can I?
show up, you're gone. Tibbs is gone.
Yeah, 100%. But can I tell you? I think the best series in this playoffs, like so far from looking at this, I think the Pacers and Bucks might be the best series. Like
Yeah, I
entertaining
want to talk
wise.
about that. I want to talk
Yeah,
about that
yeah.
series.
Let's talk about. Let's get into that.
So, so I think the guy from the East with the most pressure on him is Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the reason for that
Mhm.
is I think this is a legacy series for him. And last year, the Pacers played the Bucks in the first round. There was no Giannis. The
Mhm.
Pacers won in 6 games. Dame by
Right.
himself brought them to six. And if you look at matchup wise, no one on the fucking Pacers can guard Giannis. Giannis has an opportunity to average 40 against these guys because nobody can fucking guard him. They have no big man that can do anything with Giannis. Giannis has the opportunity to be remembered as a guy that single-handedly beat the Pacers, which matchup-wise, it's the best matchup that Giannis could ask for individually, and he has the opportunity to really do something phenomenal, bro. He can average 40 against these fucking Pacers, bro. The Pacers are all offense, no defense, and you know the Bucks don't have Dame. That's unfortunate, but if Giannis is who Cash says he is, then Giannis, he's got to put up a fight, man. You can't go outside against the Pacers. Giannis needs to put up these big fucking points because, like I said, nobody on that team could do anything with him. So, yeah, Giannis
See,
needs to
I
ball
don't
out.
I don't understand. I don't understand something. I don't know.
How
But
long
like
is Dave supposed to be out for?
when you
Oh,
get
sorry, Will. So go ahead.
when you get on the podcast, Josh, like your intellect, I don't know, it just goes shoots up like really high. I don't understand. But when we're not on the podcast, it's like you're one of the dumbest motherfuckers on earth. I don't understand
The
why
pressure's
there's
on.
such a big range of like what you said right now was very intelligent. It was very well thought out.
Appreciate it. Try.
Appreciate it.
But as soon as we hang up, you're gonna say some dumbass shit on like immediately, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Hey, man. But yeah, man, that's my analysis, bro. I think Giannis it's a legacy series for him, bro. He really has a chance to do something that's gonna be remembered in history. Against these Pacers because nobody can guard him, and he needs to ball out. He needs to ball out, and
I think he will
he,
though. I think he will. I think I
do you
think
think do
I
you
think
think the
you're
Bucks
right.
beat the
I
Pacers?
don't think it's really about Giannis not balling out because I think Giannis will ball out. I think it really comes down to his teammates and the personnel in Milwaukee, which Giannis has advocated to get better personnel and better teammates around him to begin with. That's the reason why they got Damian Lillard. And then you mentioned that yourself. So they're going into the series already a man down in a competitive series against a team that is highly efficient in offense. Now, I do think that is a tough series between the Pacers and the Bucks, especially the fact that since they're missing Damian Lillard. I'm not gonna hold you. I think Pacers could squeeze one out on this one. I think they can do it, especially if they're healthy.
Yeah, because they're like yeah, they're a pretty good offensive team, and they're running gun team. They like to run, and the Bucks are kind of slow. They like to slow it down, and play the half court and shit. You know, they don't do well when it's a fast paced game. You know,
Mm,
it doesn't suit them. Maybe just Giannis, but
mm.
like I don't know if they could keep up with the pace.
Mhm.
That's the crazy shit.
So I'm gonna read.
Just-
I'm gonna read this out. So while this is not the Bucks, what the Bucks imagined at the start of the season, this is where they had to set their sights at the start of April. After Damian Lillard went to the injured list with a right calf deep vein thrombosis. Hope I said that right.
yeah.
Sounds like a dinosaur.
Bucks dropped four. The Bucks dropped four straight to end March. They needed to salvage something from this regular season, get themselves in a winnable matchup in the first round of the playoffs. With Lillard's status of the postseason still in question, the Bucks went 0-10 against top three teams in the Eastern Conference, but they put it together with a 3-1 record against the Indiana Pacers. While they've had success against the Pacers in the regular season, Bucks will not underestimate Indiana in the postseason. As the sixth seed last season, Pacers upset the Bucks in the first round as Antetokounmpo missed the whole series and Lillard missed games 4 and 5. After beating the Bucks last season, the Pacers also beat the Knicks, made a surprise run to the Eastern Conference Finals. They will not be able to surprise anyone this season, though the home court advantage against the Bucks. And then this portion, Pacers will tough it out for the first time since 2020. The Pacers will host a first round playoff series. No matter what happens in the regular season finale Sunday, the Pacers will have more wins than they did last season while finishing higher in position in the standings following a run into the Eastern Conference Finals last season. Indiana knows it has postseason mettle to do it again this year after a slow start. The Pacers have been one of the Eastern Conference best teams in 2025 since January 1st. Only the Celtics, 36-12, and Cavaliers, 35-13, have compiled a better record than the Pacers, 33-13 mark. They are playing great at the moment and will be a tough out for any team in the Pacers. That was the analysis from the Athletic.
Yeah, that's reasonable. That's sounds about right.
All right, so let's move this over though, because I know since we're still on the East, what about the playing tournament? What's y'all takes on the playing tournament for the East? Because right now we got the Hawks going against the Magic, and then we got the Heat going against the Bulls.
Smells like a whole lot of trash. If you ask me.
I mean, hey, bro, this is the playing tournament, bro. It's the bottom of the barrel competing, bro. What else are you supposed to think, bro?
But he's right though. But it's he's right. It smells like a whole lot of trash. Like who cares?
I mean, can we expect? So, can we expect anything from these teams?
Because you got it. Because okay. Or the Celtics in the first round. Like, come on, man. It's irrelevant. These teams right now, like, all right, like to get in, and then what? Like, no. I think okay, to have an argument, all right, Magic comes in 7th, and the Heat come in 8th, and that's it, I guess.
I agree. Magic coming 7th. I think no.
Magic, all that Magic has to do is win that game against Atlanta. That's all.
I feel like Magic win that game, but I feel like Hawks take the 8th seed for some reason. I feel like they beat whoever wins between the Heat and the Bulls. I feel like Trae Young can, like, I feel like in a one and done game, Trae Young is like would be able to, like, you know what I mean?
Bro,
I say Magic 7th seed, Bulls 8th seed. Bulls end up getting the 8th seed.
Yeah, because the Bulls are kind of tough too. I mean that That fight for the last spot is gonna be tough.
I'm about to say because no matter which team wins, they're all going home.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
From the 7
oh
on down.
wow, right. That's what I'm saying. Oh wow, we're gonna first round Cleveland or first round Boston.
Yeah.
Wow, big.
All 4 of these teams are first round exits for sure.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I want to go to the West. You know what? I'm going to pull up this title right here because I think this is going to be interesting. Right?
Yeah, the West is what we need to talk about. The West is
Sorry. You know, you gotta save the best for last, right?
the West from
Sure.
the fucking for the West from the play-in
Playing up,
to the
yeah.
every
Right. Right.
It's like holy
Even
shit, man.
the
That
last,
shit
even
is
watching these
crazy.
last games, like how it's the seeding was gonna like land.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Like,
It was
you know what I mean?
exciting
Because I really
basketball.
wanted Golden State to beat the Clippers today, just so like, it was important. It was a lot on the line.
Harden had other plans in mind.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't hard,
It was
It was
playoff atmosphere
Zubac.
for
They
sure.
had nobody who could stop that man. Did you see that fucking
Yeah, no,
game?
it was
Shut
crazy.
the fuck up,
It was
bro.
crazy.
Well, so we're just
Zubac-
missing Harden's 40 points against the fucking
No,
Warriors
obviously
in a
Harden.
clutch
No,
shooting game.
obviously Harden. No, obviously Harden. But I'm just saying, like there was no way nobody stopping Zubac. He was scoring at will. Like what? The Warriors are small, man. They're in trouble. They're in trouble.
The Lakers are in trouble too against the Timberwolves, man. I'm not gonna lie. They're too small, bro. They're too small. That was like the worst matchup. That was the worst matchup that could possibly happen.
No, that's what I've been saying. It's
Yeah.
like I'm glad that Nuggets are doing Clippers instead of Timberwolves. 'Cause
The Nuggets and the Clippers are gonna be a real good series.
That's gonna be a good series, dog. Yo, that's gonna be one of the best series out in the West.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Clippers
Entertainment-wise.
always host great series. They just can't win.
well, of course, Josh will say that Clippers in 5 or some bullshit like that. I actually said that already.
Clippers always host like one of the best series, man. Clippers in Dallas,
That-
Clippers
that-
in like damn, who's the other team they played that one year? It's Dallas, Phoenix. Clippers always play some good teams, man. They just, I don't know.
Let me just to give you my peace of mind on the Clippers, and I'll try and say this in the most politically correct way possible.
We're
Clippers
not at the Clippers yet, man. We're in playing. Let's start with the playing.
Somebody brought up the Clippers, but whatever. Fuck you.
You're gonna say that the Clippers are gonna sweep throughout the playoffs and win the championship. I don't want to hear that shit.
All right, man. Whenever you guys are ready, I'll give my peace of mind. But it's coming eventually.
I'm ready, man. Go ahead, because I think that's gonna be the best series of the.
All right, fine.
The Clippers.
What about the Clippers?
The Clippers are a lot better
Slurp,
than
slurp,
all of you guys
slurp.
think. So the Clippers are a lot better than all of you guys think. Out of their last 18 games, they're 16-2. And last time we had the podcast, I knew the Clippers would be okay, but I didn't believe in them as much as I did it now because Kawhi Leonard has been on a heater since these last 3 weeks. Kawhi Leonard is looking like the duo that James Harden needs. Kawhi Leonard is looking around the same tier of player that James Harden has been all season. And I'm telling you guys right now, out of all these matchups in the playoffs, one that I am very confident in is the Clippers will 1000% beat the Nuggets. It is going to happen. You guys can book it. You guys can book it. This Clipper team is the second best team in the West, pretty easily too, in my opinion. They're a complete team. They have no weaknesses. Even though Jokic, you can't stop him. Zubac is a guy that you would want on him compared to all the other big men in the NBA. Zubac, he's actually a top 5 center in the league. And that Harden and Kawhi
he's
Leonard.
up for Defensive Player of the Year also, man.
Yes,
The
he
Clippers
should.
are actually the fifth best team in the West.
Zubac is not he's serious. He's a real.
He's very serious.
I agree. He's a real center in the NBA, and nobody gives him credit because whatever. But yeah, keep going.
You can't stop Jokic, but if you could put anyone on him, Zubac is in that conversation. He's one of the first picks that come to mind. And the way James Harden and Kawhi Leonard have been playing, I acknowledge that Jokic will be the best player in that series, but Harden and Kawhi Leonard, that's 2 instead of 1, and those 2 guys are going to be too much for the Nuggets to handle. I know 1,000%. I'm so confident that the Clippers are going to beat the Nuggets in the first round. I am leaning to it being more easy than you guys think. I think they'll actually beat them a lot easier than you guys think. I don't know how many games it'll be, but I know it's going to happen, so you guys can book it. This Clipper team is the second best team in the West. They're a complete team. They have no weaknesses. Sure, you look at the team like the Lakers. Lakers have the star power over the Clippers and Luka Doncic, but they're not a complete team. They have a lot of weaknesses, especially with their big man. The Clippers are complete, man, and they're ready to compete. And keep in mind, too, they wanted this matchup versus the Nuggets. They've been wanting it for about 2 weeks now. They've been grinding, and they've been trying to get it. So, yeah, the Clippers are beating the Nuggets. I promise you guys that. And Artem's going to cry. He's going to weep in fucking tears. That a team led by 35-year-old James Harden
All I
is
know
going
is
to beat
that
the
in a
Nuggets.
couple weeks, we'll see Nuggets in conference finals, and we'll once again agree on how delusional Josh's takes are. We're having these conversations all over, but in the end of the day, I'm always right. That's all there is to say.
Yeah, Artem is always right.
Yeah, he was right about Scoot Henderson, too, right?
He was right about Scoot.
Well, I was right about Nuggets back in 2020.
What do you say, Rick? What do you think?
23.
About the Clippers and Nuggets?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the fact that they fired their coach. I think they fired their coach at the wrong possible time. So like adjustments and all that. I'm not too sure whatever coach they have is gonna be able to outcoach Ty Lue. But and I just feel like they have Russ, bro. Like Russ is gonna find some way, somehow to just mess it up for the Nuggets, bro.
To fuck
Like,
shit up, yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like with Russ on the team, I know he's good for at least 1 loss for sure.
He's gonna
So
fuck
I
shit
know
up,
for a
yeah.
fact that he's gonna fuck something up for at least a game or 2. So I don't like this matchup for the Nuggets, man. Because I feel like if any team could beat the Nuggets in the first round, it could be honestly the Clippers, man. Surprisingly enough, but I don't want to give Clippers all the credit because their biggest issue in the playoff is health. So until I see Kawhi stay consistent and stay on the floor, I don't know, man. This is gonna be a good one, man. This is definitely a 7-game series. This is definitely a battle of health, a battle of consistency, and I don't know. But if I had to pick a team, I'm gonna have to go Denver. I'm not gonna lie. If I had to put my money on a team to take it in 7, I think Denver gonna take it, man. Just cause the Clippers is just known for not winning, man. They just can't get it done. The Nuggets, at least we know the Nuggets could win. The Nuggets been there before. I don't know. I'll go with the Nuggets just to play it safe.
Kawhi's healthy right now. That's all I gotta
Doesn't
say.
mean he will be.
Kawhi's healthy
You don't
right
know what.
now.
He's healthy
But-
as shit right now.
Playoff
No, he's
intensity is
healthy
different
today, but we don't know what's gonna happen
today.
tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Thank you, Will.
That's what happened
Yeah.
in last year. He was healthy one game.
Exactly.
He scored 40
Right.
points, and then the
With
next
Kawhi,
day he was out
yeah.
for the rest of
Kawhi's
the
day to
playoffs.
day for the rest of his career. You know
And
what I
it's
mean?
like-
So it's like,
Yeah, Kawhi wasn't healthy in last playoffs. He wasn't healthy in last playoffs. He played, but he wasn't healthy. He was injured for like 3 weeks before the playoffs. They tried to bring him back. He wasn't healthy, so he played 2 games and then he didn't play. It's different.
but he does look good right now, though.
One of those games he scored like 40 points or some shit like that. He looked, and and the Clippers won that game, and he looked
Not in the
fucking dominant.
playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs. That's
No,
what
you're thinking of
Stephen
Paul
A.
George,
Smith
bro.
has always.
Kawhi
Stephen A.
Leonard
Smith
did not
always
score more than
brings that
15
shit
points
up.
last playoffs.
He was healthy one game where he scored mad points and he helped the Clippers win, and then the next day he was out for the rest of the series, and they're like,
I
"What?
promise you that didn't happen.
Why were
Not
you
last year.
one day you're healthy and the next day you're fucking injured for life? Like, what is it? And what injury is this?
Yeah, but you
whatever.
gotta give him credit though, because I've never seen a player
And then he shows
come
up
back.
to the fucking Olympics. Like, are you serious, bro? So
Yeah, that was crazy.
you have one good playoff game, then you're out for the rest of the playoffs because you weren't going to win a championship. So you know what? Let me sit out because that's basically what it seemed like. And then he's in the fucking Olympics. And what are you doing? No. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it is a ruse. I don't know. I don't believe that he's really that injury prone or that hurt. Most of the time, it's just him just giving up or whatever. He's like, you know what, we ain't winning anyway, so you know what, let me sit the fuck out. That's what it seems like a lot of the time. Because
he always seems to come right back when it's time to compete, right?
Like Rick said, he's day to day for the rest of his fucking life, man. That's how he is. You don't know. You don't know what's in his mind.
Like, let's be honest. Like, he's just like AD. Like, they're a walking wheelchair, bro. Like, come on, they're not even walking. They're just a wheelchair.
They're just a wheelchair.
They're just rolling around.
Glass.
So y'all
Yeah,
think
fucking glass.
y'all think due to that, y'all think that would be the reason they fall to the Nuggets?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The reason they fall to the Nuggets is because of health, and I feel like the reason the Nuggets will fall to the Clippers is because of Russ. Plain and simple. And coaching.
Yeah, I feel like the reason why the Clippers won't beat the Nuggets is I don't think Kawhi is gonna be hurt this time around. I really don't think so. But I think health won't make a difference. I think this whole thing with the Nuggets, with them firing their coach and stuff, this late in the season, I don't know what the organization, what's going. I mean, they got rid of the general manager and all this stuff. Like it's like some big ass turmoil going on inside the organization, and it's just another obstacle for Jokic to overcome. Like it's like he's, I don't know, man. Call me romantic or whatever, but I feel like this is like another obstacle in his legacy. Like, you know what? They didn't give me the MVP, so I'm gonna win the championship. That's what happened last time. And I feel like it's the same thing. It's like, oh, they really fucking trying to destroy me, and it don't matter. I'm gonna do everything I can to win the championship. Because that's all this kid wants to do is win. All he wants to do is win.
Yeah.
It don't matter
He's a
what the
machine.
fuck is going on around him. He's a fucking Terminator. He's a machine.
Yeah.
He's gonna win. It don't matter what the obstacles are. I'm gonna win. That's it. Fuck, I don't need no MVP. I don't need no fucking coach. I don't need nothing, man. I'm gonna win. That's it. And that's how I feel it's gonna turn out at the end of the day.
So you think the Nuggets win it, the championship?
I don't know if they go that far, but I think this Clippers series is not going to be that contested. I think he's going to dominate.
So you say Nuggets.
Harden's going to flip that switch. You know, Harden's going to flip that switch. You know, the playoff switch where he goes
the donut where he just eats a bunch of donuts.
Yeah, you know, and then and Kawhi is like, you know what? You know what? Jokic is the best player in the world. You know what? I think my knee hurts.
My knee hurts.
Yo, I'm out. And Zubac is the only one standing there trying to fucking play with him, and it's not gonna be enough.
Zubac and Powell gonna be the only ones balling for real.
Yep. Yeah, Powell too. Powell's for real. I like that.
Yeah, he's a dog. He's a dog, man.
He's a fucking
Yeah, this is his
He's been
best
playing shit recently.
Yeah, he's a dog, man. He's gonna definitely ball out.
I hope so. He's been playing shit
But
recently.
like I said, man, Russ is gonna get him at least 1 or 2 losses, man. Book it.
Well, yeah, definitely. Russ is gonna fuck
Book
shit up, and then Jokic is gonna look at him and be like, "Yo, stop."
They basically chose Russ over the GM. That's crazy.
So y'all have that as the most exciting series in the West thus far.
I feel like in the whole entire playoff so far,
Hmm.
East and West.
For the first round, anyways.
For the first round, of course, because we don't know. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, for the first round.
you give me,
At least for the first round.
you give me,
Because,
yeah,
but then again, what
yeah.
about the Lakers and
And OKC, that would be pretty good.
no, Lakers and no, in the first round. Talk
Timberwolves.
about first round. Lakers and
Oh, Timberwolves.
Minnesota.
No, that's gonna be a good
That'll
one
be
too.
exciting.
That's gonna be a good one too. It's just gonna be a
Yeah,
tough one for the Lakers. So the Lakers are just gonna have to really, really overcome. Like, but I don't know, man. Luca might just walk. I don't know. Luca might just because you see what
Well,
Luca
did you
and
guys see
Kyrie
the?
did to Minnesota, prior to. So,
Yeah.
They
I'm
had a
not
more complete team with the Mavericks, though.
true. Right. They did have bigs. You're right. The Lakers are
I
very
got the
weak at the
Lakers
five.
winning. I'm not too confident in the Lakers winning as I am with the
Hmm.
Clippers beating the Nuggets.
Hmm.
But the reason I said the Lakers win is because there comes a point in time where you have to look at a guy like Luka Doncic and say, Luka Doncic is Luka Doncic. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Right.
there's
Right.
certain players in the NBA where it's like, okay, you know what, this guy is a superstar talent, not no all-star, superstar, top three in the league.
Superstar. Word. Yeah. He
Yeah,
is a
and
Joker. He is a LeBron. He is Giannis. He is in that caliber of player.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that
Did you
Luka
guys see
Doncic
that
will carry them.
video? That video of now the possibility. Well, now that they got rid of the coach and the general manager, that now they're gonna trade Jokic,
No, they
and the
saying Jokic
only
is gonna
team that
ask
has
for
the
a
assets,
trade or something like
the
that.
only team that has the assets to trade for him are the Lakers, and that's the only team that would make sense since it would pair up
With
Jokic
Luca.
and Luka, who are very good friends.
Yeah, but Lakers don't. That's the thing. Lakers don't have the money. It's more likely for Nuggets to get Luca than it
They
is
do have the
for
money.
Lakers.
It's
There's no way in hell Luca's leaving the Lakers. Like that's not happening. Like
no, Luka's not leaving
they're
the
kind
Lakers.
of
No,
they're
no,
kind of setting up the pieces. I agree with Will because they're kind of setting up the pieces for Joker to want to just miraculously like ask for a trade or just for them to blow it up or something. You know what I mean? Like
even if
the
he doesn't
pieces are
ask for the
getting
trade,
set.
I think they're gonna look for the trade. They're gonna want the
I don't think
assets.
you look to
I don't
trade
think they
Joker,
look. No,
man.
I don't think they look.
You
To
can't
trade.
look to trade Joker, bro. I'm
I don't
sorry.
think they
Like,
look to trade.
you
That
can't.
would be going through the same scenario with the Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, and I don't think a team looks at the Mavericks and be like, "Yeah, I want to do that next." Like, nah.
But the only thing about it is Jokic is like a little bit later into his career than Luka. So
Still
like,
though, Jokic has more MVPs than Luca. Let's be honest, Jokic is a better player. Like at this
But
point,
but
Of
but
you know
course.
what I mean? Like,
we have to see what their plan is with the new general manager. Is if the new general manager is going to come in to, okay, let's build around Joker, then okay, I believe you. But if it's more of the
but
same, then no,
so
Joker's out. Joker's
so
out.
Will, you're telling me
He's
you think a
already
new
he.
general manager will come in saying, "Let's trade Joker and keep Jamal Murray or keep Russ and build around Russ"? Like I don't
Oh
understand.
no,
Like, who do
yeah, I
you
don't.
get? Like, you trade Joker and do what? Blow it up? This is a team that's 2 years removed from a championship. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I'll
I
send you the video. I'll send you. I'll send you. I'll put it on the thing, because
like Nuggets is a very weird. Like
it
Pat
was
said it
a
the
it
best.
was
Like,
a it was really compelling video. Like I was a little bit convinced that this is what the direction that they're going in.
I think Pat said it the best the way he said like they set too high of expectations of themselves. Like the championship they won was their first franchise championship. Moves they're making is just too like rambunctious for a team that's just all time never won that much. For them to like you don't fire your coach, a coach like that this soon. You know what I mean? After a championship, like it's just. I feel like this is the downfall of the Denver Nuggets for sure. Like this is gonna be a downward trend for the Nuggets for sure.
Yeah,
Unless you get unless another coach comes in and
he,
just
and
does
then and then he.
miraculous.
so realistically, how far do you see? Do you guys see the Nuggets going this year?
First round exit. Book
No
it.
way.
Well, Josh, Josh, I know you said you already.
I mean, if they beat the Clippers, they have a chance to beat the Thunder because that'll be the next opponent, right?
Fuck no. No. Yo, bro.
They'll be playing OKC next though, right? Am I correct on that?
They would be, and yo, bro, you
I
guys.
think they take OKC, huh?
Nah, I don't
Yeah?
think they take OKC. Nah,
I
I'm
think so.
Josh on this one. No, I don't think they take OKC.
Clippers?
Why? Give me why. Tell me why.
No, not the
No,
Clippers.
No. The Nuggets will. If they beat the Clippers, everybody thinks Thunder beats the Nuggets.
I think OKC is a more well-rounded team. I mean, I get the fact, I get the importance that Jokic brings to the court and to his team,
Right.
like the focal point and the pivotal asset, for the Denver Nuggets. But that can't simply be the only thing moving this team. And I'm being
No, they can't be the only thing. Right.
no. But
Can't-
what I'm
can't
saying is,
win
and
with
you know
just
what?
one.
No, I'm not being fair to Jamal Murray, right? Because
the-
I was about to say that. I was about to say, what about Jamal Murray,
I don't
bro?
give a damn about Jamal Murray.
No, we're talking about playoff Jamal Murray, though. Will, come
Thunder
on,
are the
Come on.
most stacked
let's
team in
put
the fucking
respect on
NBA.
playoff Jamal, bro.
They're not gonna. Huh?
Let's put respect on playoff Jamal Murray, though. Come on. Come on, AK. Where you
Thunder
at,
are
bro?
the
I need
most-
you, AK. I
the
need you,
Thunder-
AK.
No, all I gotta
The
say,
You're
Thunder
arguing,
are
bro.
the most stacked
need you,
team
AK.
in the NBA. It don't matter if they got Murray. It don't matter if they got Russ from the early 2000s. It don't matter, man. The Thunder are the most stacked team in the NBA. There's no way that the Thunder, the way they're structured right now, are gonna.
But they were
make
just
any
a stack
kind of
last
noise.
year, Will.
yeah.
But here's my thing though. It's like I feel like OKC. I feel like they're just gonna overwhelm Denver Nuggets on the perimeter. I think that's where where they really lack at, and they don't really have the bench players to suffice for that. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
have Russ.
come on, man. Like let's let's keep it because Jokic is gonna be playing 40 minutes in that series. Like every
Right.
game he's gonna be playing.
But
40
who's
minutes.
stopping Nuggets in the paint? Be for real. No one's stopping them. No one's stopping Aaron Gordon.
Yeah,
stopping
bro, what?
Jokic.
These are shit questions, bro. Who's stopping like OKC's 3-point shooting, bro? Who's stopping like
Oh, Aaron Gordon's
Shea's
stopping
isolation? Bro, Aaron Gordon's only one guy, bro. You can't use Aaron Gordon for every situation that comes out your fucking mouth, bro. Listen, at the end of the day, OKC is stacked, like Hawk said, and they're gonna win, man. They're gonna win the whole fucking thing, bro. I don't even think it's gonna be close. Like, it's gonna be entertaining. This playoffs is gonna be entertaining, but OKC is gonna have an easy road to the playoffs. And as good as I think the Clippers
Hold
are,
on, let me finish.
and all these other, as good as I think the Clippers are, and all these other teams are, bro, you guys are gonna be surprised how easily OKC walks to the trophy, man. It's going to be very, very easy, bro. I would be surprised if any team can take them to 6 games.
I don't.
We
agree
talked
with
about that
at
last
all.
year too. That's how
Yeah,
there's
I don't agree with that at all. They're
Different
still young.
team.
They're
Same
still
fucking
easy. They've been exposed. It's easy to beat them. I already talked to you guys about that. But it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. It's not out of this world that happens, though.
And for the record, I want to set some straight too. The OKC are stacked because of Shea. It's not because of like all these other fucking
Right.
guys. This is some weird narrative that I see going on in the NBA. And
It's not a narrative. It's the truth.
No,
If you take
wait,
Shea out
wait.
of that lineup, they still win 50 games.
no,
No,
they don't.
hell
Stop
no.
it! Stop it! Hell no!
Absolutely
Hell
not.
no! Hell no! And this whole
Absolutely not.
narrative too.
Absolutely not.
And this whole narrative too that the fucking Nuggets
You know
have
what?
done
They
a
win
bad.
60 games. You take Shea
Absolutely
out,
not.
and they win 60
Absolutely
games.
not.
Definitely.
You take Shea out, they're not even a playing team. You crazy.
Yes, bro.
Man, you acting like Shea is a general. He's
Shay's the MVP,
one-man-
bro. You take an
Yeah,
MVP out of
because
any team, they're not a good team, bro.
He's a one-man thing.
Wrecking
He's
machine?
he's not a teammate. He's a fucking one-guy player. He's a fucking...
Yeah, but the team galvanizes around Shea. Like their chemistry revolves around like his aura and his like.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick.
Just him just being Shea. Like
Yeah, and that's
you can
why
just tell by the
when
way
he does when
the
Shea don't play, they
the
still
chemistry
win.
just revolves around him. Like they're just happy to play with Shea.
Yeah, but
Like
when Shea
in all
don't win, they
honesty.
still when Shea don't play, they still win. It's not like Jokic
No,
wins because
because they
like
know he's just resting or like they just like
Yeah, he's resting against the Portland
yeah, like
Trailblazers on a random Tuesday night. It's not like they're
yeah,
fucking
like
like
come
playing
on.
like,
Like
bro.
let's not do that, bro. Come
and
on, stop.
while the Nuggets
On
can't
a random
rest
Tuesday night against the
fucking
Charlotte
Jokic.
Hornets. Like, come on.
Yeah, like it's
Stop.
not that serious. And just to set the record straight too, I really want to set the record straight. This whole narrative that the Nuggets have done a shit job around building around Jokic is fucking false in my opinion. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Aaron Gordon
Right,
make up one of the
right,
best starting
right,
fives in the NBA.
right,
Jamal Murray's a better second option than fucking J-Dub is. Let's put some
right.
respect on Jamal Murray. He's a better player than J-Dub is. And this Nuggets team is not a bad team like I see a lot
They
of
won a
Jokic fans talking
championship,
about, bro.
Josh.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
but
the idea that like what Russ is gonna like fucking sink the
No,
whole
Russ is gonna
ship.
lose him again. Russ is gonna lose him again. He's gonna
He
lose him
might,
again.
but this is a good team. Like, let's stop acting like this is Jokic versus the fucking world. Like, they have all-star caliber players around them, and the starting five that he has matches his skill set perfectly. You have Aaron Gordon, who's a 6'8" power forward. He's cutting to the rim. He's Jokic's lap
Right.
target. You have Jamal Murray, who's an isolation fucking demon on the perimeter, shooting threes. Michael Porter Jr. is a 6'10" shooting guard, pretty much. Like, this is a good team around Nikola Jokic, bro. Like, the only thing that that the general managers really could have done was keep KCP, honestly. But
Right.
like
Right.
KCP's been
Right.
playing shit this year with the Magic, so I don't even know how important he is. Christian
But you're
Brown's a good
praising
role
him too
player.
much.
Peyton
He's
Watson's a good role
Bro,
player.
not in a
name
comfortable situation.
name O NBA teammate, like any of the teammates that's O NBA or MVP or anything. Nothing,
Name one for Shea.
bro. He
It's the
doesn't
same
need
shit.
They're a younger team.
What does that have to do with anything, bro? This idea that like Shea's being carried by like a bunch of fucking like by all his teammates is false, bro.
Oh, I
Yeah,
mean,
this
I
is
don't
actually
think
it, man.
Shea is being carried. He's just riding the wave, because the
He is
I
the
feel like
wave.
it's the other way around, though. Will I feel like they're riding
he's
his
riding
wave.
the wave.
I just feel like it's the other way around.
See, he's like, "Oh shit, there's the wave," and he jumps on it, and that's basically.
Nah.
Wait, so all right, so let's switch this up then. So MVP, right? Because we know since we talking about SGA and Jokic, we know that's kind of like the like.
Those are the MVPs.
Yeah, for real. But to be honest, I mean, I've seen a couple headlines saying that this might be one of the hardest MVP races to dictate. As you can see right here, I'm pulling up on NBA.com the Kia MVP ladder. In the final analysis, is SGA over Nikola Jokic.
Damn, that sucks because if there's any year to give it to Joker's this year. He's averaging a triple double, bro.
Yeah,
No,
it was-
Yeah,
honestly,
and if you
like,
look at the comments of any of these biased stories, all you see is comments from all the fans. It's like, "Yo, Joker's getting robbed. Joker, because it's the truth, man. They already said it before the fucking season started that they're not gonna give it to Joker because of voter fatigue, for this, for that. In the entire season, they've been bombarding us with excuse after excuse why Joker shouldn't win it. Why Joker shouldn't win it. Why Joker doesn't deserve it. Why Joker. So,
I think they still give it to Joker though.
they did a straw. They did a like a practice. I don't know what you call that. They did a vote. Practice vote, whatever. And it was pretty down. It was down the middle. It was like, so that's why they're coming up with this narrative now that it's going to be close. But no, but everybody knows it's not going to be close. They're going to give it to Shea, and that's it.
no, the
That'll be
media is
robbery, I'm not
biased,
gonna lie.
and so just voters fatigue. Because in the end of the day, if you really look into it, it's not even close.
They should have
Bro.
just given it to Shea last year, like we all said they should have done.
Yeah,
Just
they
gave it to
should've
Shea.
it.
You've got
That way, this year when they picked Joker, it would have been justified. You know what I mean? Like,
But last
got
year,
Shea, who only has-
last year they couldn't give it to Shea because he didn't deserve it. This year they can't give it to Shea because he still doesn't deserve it. When
nah,
when
Shea,
Joker doesn't
you can't
exist,
say he doesn't deserve it though. It's just Joker just playing better.
Oh,
You know?
okay, right, okay.
Like, he does
you're right.
deserve it this
Because
year.
Shea does deserve
But
it.
he
Like,
just,
seriously, all
Yeah.
seriousness, in all seriousness, SGA has had one of the best seasons
of
in
any
the NBA,
player.
of any player. But Joker has had a better season. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're right. I can't deny the fact that SGA didn't deserve it. He does deserve it. If Joker didn't exist, if we lived in another dimension, in another, we were in Marvel universe shit, and we'd be in a fucking other
Bro, what?
multiverse
Yeah,
or
'cause it's a
whatever.
two-man race. It's a two-man
Then
race.
SGA would, yeah.
Bro,
Right.
all I gotta say is that
Unfortunately,
Jokic-
Joker's alive and in the same universe, so he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't.
bro,
What you guys say? What you
Jokic
guys
is
say?
making history while Shea over here averaging just 2 more points with 10 free throws per game. We're like, this is the most delusional MVP race I've seen ever. You've got
And it's
Jokic.
funny because the other day, Malika Andrews, I hate this chick so much.
Me too.
Such
I hate her.
trash.
I hate her.
She's fucking trash. But she even brought up, Joker, literally, no, Joker, no, literally, Joker is the third man in history to average a triple double.
The first
He
center.
has had the most historic at center, even like he has had the most historic a season that any man in history has ever had in the NBA. And next to her is fucking Stephen A. Smith rolling his eyes. Like, are you? She's what the hell? Why are you rolling your eyes? And this man has a fucking vote. Like, this is bullshit, man. This whole fucking MVP shit it's shit. It's shit. Because the same shit happened to him already. It already happened to him. Like, this is not like the first time that's happening to Joker. This happened to him already, like 2 years ago, and that's happening again. And it's probably going to happen again because of voter fatigue or for whatever the fucking reason. It's stupid. The ESPN and the media should not be the ones voting for MVP. It should be the players and the coaches. That's it. It should be your peers, not the fucking media. Because they always
Right.
have a narrative. They always have a fucking thing, And
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's biased.
If it's coaches and peers, I feel like it'll go the right way every year.
Yeah.
LeBron would have had like 6 of them motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, LeBron probably would have had more. Definitely.
So do you think it should be that way moving forward? It should just be
Yes,
coaches?
of course. That'll make it. I feel like the media should have a say so, excuse me, or like a vote, or like, you know what I mean. But I feel like the final decision shouldn't be just put on.
Yeah, I don't think it should be
media.
fans because fans are just. I mean, look at Josh.
Your fans are
Look,
100% biased.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be fans at all. I definitely it should be the players, the coaches,
And yeah, it should be like a
like-
like percentile. They should have it like a
If
pie.
If it was the players and coaches, Shea would still win it this year, bro. Let's stop acting like this is like some delusional situation like Artem's talking about.
I don't know about that.
OKC has 18 more wins than Denver. OKC has 18 more wins
But
than Denver.
everybody
They have
has-
68
everybody
fucking
has-
wins.
That's true.
No,
That's
this
true.
fucking matters.
Everybody
Stop
has-
it. This
That's true.
fucking
No, that
matters.
matters. That
They have
matters. That
68
matters. That
wins
matters, bro.
in the fucking.
So
That matters.
They are a
That
top
Hold
5
up,
regular season.
Hold up.
Nah, let's get some
I
controversy
let you
here.
talk. I let you fucking talk. I let you fucking talk. I had to listen to
When
that
the
fucking
Nuggets
bullshit
played in
Let him
about
go,
Malika
Pat.
Andrews.
Let's
Let
Josh
Josh
talk. Let Josh
You
talk.
Let him
take
go.
SGA out of OKC, they would still be in the playoffs. You take Jokic
Based
out
off
of
fucking
Jokic
what?
and
Based off what? Based off what?
everything, bro. Look at their
And like,
performance.
no, like
Jokic
actually
took
explain to me,
up,
bro.
they still
These are
lose.
delusions. These are narratives.
You're in delusion.
Jamal Murray's better than J-Dub. How about that?
I agree.
In what world? J-Dub
What do you mean?
Nah, he
This
is,
is
bro.
insanity, bro.
Come on, Will.
Nah, bro.
J-Dub is not. Come on, bro. Come on, stop.
Listen.
Stop, bro.
Okay, OKC had 68 wins in one of the most competitive conferences of all time. Not only did OKC finish as a top 5 regular season team in NBA history, putting up 68 wins, that just doesn't happen, okay? But they did so in a conference that has been super competitive. This might be the most competitive conference we've seen in NBA history. You look at all these teams. You had teams tied for like 50 wins. Like the Golden State Warriors are in the play-in tournament, and they're a great team. Okay? They have 68 wins. The second team in the Western Conference has 52. That's a plus. What is that? A plus fucking 16 differential. The largest differential in NBA history. Shea was the leading scorer on the best team in the league by far. He was a great defender too. He's a two-way player, something that Jokic is not. If you look at defensive ratings, Shea's one of the best defenders in the league. And we've never seen a player like Shea either before. Like this whole notion that, oh, Jokic is like this one-of-one guy. Shea's also this one-of-one guy. We've never seen a player score in the way Shea's scoring, with the mid-range, with the step backs. He's leading the league in drives as a point guard. You know how ridiculous that is?
Fan, though. But
And he plays defense,
When you
bro.
ask the NBA player, well, like
How is that me speaking as a fan?
Because when you ask the NBA player, okay, so when OKC plays Minnesota, and they're all bitching and they're all crying and bitching and crying because this guy's a foul merchant, but then they play Denver and they all unanimously go, Joker is definitely the best player I've ever seen in my life.
But who's they, bro? Like, how are you fucking? Are you God? Like, are you
no,
God? How do you know what
this-
everyone's saying, bro? Like, you're not the
Because
arbitrator
they're
of.
interviewed and it was on TV. What's his name? Ant and Randall, and they interviewed these guys.
Okay,
on
let me
TV.
ask you
Yeah,
one
Ant-Man
simple
did say that.
question. Let me
Ant-Man
ask
did
you
say
one
that. I
simple
remember
question.
that.
Why
Am
does
I right or
Okay.
wrong?
Yeah, he said that in the post game
But
interview in the
when they
locker room.
play
He
the
did say that.
when they play when they play
The Thunder.
OKC, they're all bitching and crying and oh, this is bullshit, man. They should just fucking let them win because they're going to give them free throws all the time. But when they played the Nuggets, it was a different story. It was a different. They were praising one guy only. Am I right or wrong?
No, that
And
It
happened.
doesn't.
That
It
happened.
doesn't matter, bro. Him
It
being a
does
free throw
matter
merchant, the
because
myth.
that's
It's
what
a
I've
myth.
said before that the NBA players will not side with the fans. The fans see one thing because you want to see
The
one thing.
players would
But
give it to Shea
the
too. I
players
promise you, they would.
are all
Because
in
The fans
unison
would
saying
100%
this
give
is
it to
the
Shea.
best man. This is the best fucking player I've ever seen. I don't know how to stop this
the
guy.
players
They're
would
all
give it to
saying
Shea for one reason. I gave you a bunch of things. Let me just ask you one question.
You gave
Why
me a
does
bunch of
OKC have
fan
8?
things.
Let me ask you one
Fan
question.
service.
Let me ask you one question. Why does OKC have 18 more wins than Denver? I really need
I
to
don't
know
know,
because
but if
it's
you
not a
ask
team
Ant,
basis.
if you
It's
ask
not.
Ant,
It's not.
he ain't
No,
gonna
it's
tell
not,
me
bro.
how many, and he ain't gonna give me all these stats. He's gonna be like, yo, on the court, this is the best fucking player I've ever seen in my life. And
But you
he's
didn't
not the
answer the
only
question.
one.
Why does OKC have 18 more wins than Denver? Because this idea that OKC's team is stacked and Denver's team is just Jokic versus the world is not true.
Because everybody knows it's a stack.
It's not that. It's not that stacked. Obviously, it's a good team because they have 68 wins, and you can't do that without a competent team. But okay, but that Jokic has the better second option.
but not a better team.
I think that's very debatable.
I think it's not debatable.
I think Aaron
Because-
Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. at this stage of their career are better than Chet Holmgren.
They're just gonna give it to Shea and just call it a day, and then we're just gonna all have to bite the bullet.
There's
And
no
next
bullet
year,
to bite. He
Joker's,
deserves it.
you know.
No.
I mean,
But-
no, but Joker's
but-
playing the best season. Joker won like 4 MVPs, and this is the best season he's ever had. So you can't not give it to him
Bro,
either, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Jokic is top.
he's having a
3
better season than any of his
top.
other MVP seasons, bro. How does he not deserve
68
it?
wins is insane, though. Can we acknowledge that 68 wins is just
No, but
fucking
Russ
like
won
crack?
it when a team won like 50 games or like 40 games or something like that when Russ won it. So it's not always just about the wins. It's
No,
you know,
it's
he's
always about
averaging,
the
he's making
narrative
history.
that
Yeah, the
ESPN
No,
narrative,
it's not
he's
always
making
just about
history.
the win.
It's always
When
about
Russ
the
averaged a
narrative.
triple-double,
wins
he
is
won
a
it.
top
It's
5
always about
team.
You know,
It's always about
Right.
the narrative that ESPN wants.
like there's no
fans.
narrative really for Shea to win it this year. Like
No.
there's not like this is just like, oh, Shea won it because he didn't win it last year. It's just like that's the only narrative.
Nah,
It's just like, all right, he didn't get
nah.
it last year. Let's give it to him this
No,
year.
the
And
the
then even if
narrative,
he
Rick,
does win
the
it,
narrative,
it's like
the
it kind of like you did like stump or whatever it is when you don't win it. Like you stunned like Joker, like because it's
Shay's
like
no,
gonna
if you
win it
look at
because he's the
Joker,
leading scorer on
that's
one
the
of
you
the
look at
best
both
narrative.
their
teams in
stats on
history.
paper, you'd be like, there's no way you picking this player over this player.
Right,
MVP
exactly,
wise, like who's the most
right,
valuable player? Like I'm picking a guy
exactly.
that's averaging a triple double. Like you know what I'm
But
saying? Like
that's the narrative, Rick.
I'm picking the
That's the
the
guy
guy
who's
narrative.
got
scored
his team to
60
What
points
68
with a
what
wins.
triple double.
what do we have to
60.
do?
Took
What do
him two
we?
overtimes.
What excuse do we have to make to not give it to Joker? That's the narrative. Any excuse that
It took him
we
two
come
OTs.
up with to not give it to Joker, that's the excuse. And so they're gonna take any excuse, and that's it. They're gonna give it a Shea.
Well, on that note, I wanted you guys to take a look at this. Is that dominance from the start? OKC ended this year with a 12.9 average point differential, with the highest in NBA history. The previous
Wow.
12.3 was held by the 1970 to 71 Bucks and the 71 to 72 Lakers. Both went on to win a championship.
Can I
So,
just say that just shows you how diluted the NBA is nowadays? But go ahead, Pat. Finish.
so what are your guys's? AK just dipped out. I think he's probably gonna come back. So what are your guys' chances of OKC? Finally, jumping over the curve and cementing themselves in NBA history with a feat like this.
I mean, it looks good, but it's just like for some reason, like when I look at this team and I watch them play, I see a good team, I see a great team. I don't see this though. I don't see like, all
You don't
time
see it
great
transferring you
team.
to the playoffs?
No, I don't. Like I just don't. Like I feel like all these guys, like these young dudes, right, that we're seeing, they're good players. But I feel like in the playoffs, it's just a whole different atmosphere. It's just a whole different vibe. And don't get me wrong, not to say that they don't have the potential to get there one day. I just feel like these types of historical marks are like with dynasty teams. Like you'll see something like this with like, you know, like a Golden State or like a Milwaukee or something like that. Like these are one of these teams that they're just having a hell of a run, a hell of a season. Like just like Cleveland, they're having a hell of a season. But I just don't think Shea's greatness is just gonna be able to overcome like the intensity of just playoff basketball. Just because like the experience, like none of them have like been there before. It's just like at that level. I don't know. I don't feel like this team is just it's just an all time great team. But
Mm.
like this if anything though, like I said just a few minutes ago, like the NBA is just super diluted if these are the records that's being broken now. I feel like this is the most wide open it's been every season, all for like the past couple seasons. Like this championship is wide open. Anybody could win. Everybody has a chance. Um, I want to kind of look this up. How long has this been? Like, what's the longest it's been since we had a two-peat? Like, what's the longest streak in the NBA without a team like two-peating or winning back-to-back championships? Because I feel like we
It
just
was
don't have a.
Last time was the Lakers.
Last
No,
time was
no,
the
I'm
Lakers.
sorry.
No,
Warriors.
last time
not
was
the
Golden
Lakers.
State.
Golden
Golden
State,
State.
yeah, Golden
Warriors.
State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, but how long is it like? What's the longest the NBA has gone? The Bulls three-peated, then the Lakers, then Miami. There's always a team that's at least winning some type of back-to-back. What's the longest in between the back-to-back years? Because I feel like I don't know if Boston's gonna win it this year. It might be OKC. It might be this team. Like I just feel like it's just super wide open. So
Mhm.
No, I agree with you. I feel like
yeah,
this year is everybody's talking. Obviously, so I hate that. I hate the media. I don't like to listen to them. You
yeah,
gotta
me neither.
look at. You gotta have to look have. There's this thing called the eye test. If you pass the eye test, whatever. Like
Right.
some of these teams, like you said earlier, Cleveland does not pass that. Cleveland does not look like a threat to win the
You know.
championship. You know, Boston it's iffy. Like, really, is Boston really the best team in the East? I don't know. The
Right.
Knicks are up in fucking air. Like who's
Yeah.
really gonna come out in the East? And like in the West, like Josh alluded to earlier, it's the most competitive fucking West in a long time.
Yeah.
Look at all these teams with 50 wins. Like,
Right.
really, is OKC going to come out? Is it really going to be that easy? No, I don't think so. Like, this year is really up in the air. Like, there's no clear favorite. Even though you take records away and all that shit, some teams don't pass the eye test, man, and that's a reality. Some of these teams are not that good when it comes when it comes to the playoffs. We're going to really see the true, the reality of some of these teams is that they're not really that great.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cleveland. I'm not saying OKC, because I think OKC is one of the best teams in the West, but I don't think they're coming out in the West.
Right.
If they do
Right.
come out in the West, I don't think they're winning the championship either. That's the thing. Like,
Me
it's
either.
all up in the air. Like, it's really. You're really like you gotta go like, okay, just okay the
It's literally round by
the
round.
yeah,
Literally round by
exactly.
round.
Like, okay, the tournament is starting. Let's see who comes out of the tournament. Now we can
Right.
talk about the first round.
Right.
Right. The first round is over. Okay, now let's see what's gonna. Because you really can't look that far ahead, man. Because that shit is so close.
Diluted.
Nothing's really for certain, man. Yeah, exactly.
It's just even all around the board, and like I just feel like there's no definitive champion, but you just have to be like, all right, you have to pick the safe choices. Like, all right, defending champions, maybe Boston, maybe
Because you're not even
Denver,
the safe champs.
maybe Milwaukee. Like, it's like the safety
But
nets. You know what I mean? Like, it's
even
not
the safe choice is not that safe.
exactly,
So,
exactly,
like,
right,
you feel kind of iffy picking the safe choices.
right.
Like, what? I'm not really sure about.
But I really just feel like it's not gonna be a two-peat. I don't think Boston's gonna take it this year. Um, but like OKC and Cleveland, they play great throughout the regular season, but certain teams just know how to pace themselves because they won already. Like Boston, they could have just not went 150% because they know, all right, we got it here. We know what it takes to win. We don't need to be the number one seed. We just need home court advantage for a couple of rounds. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
Because
certain, like
that's the thing.
even Denver, like a team like Denver, like, okay, you might look at them and be like, okay, yeah, they're dismantled, but they know what it takes to win already. So they could just be like, all right, we're just kind of like pacing ourselves and then ramp it up at a certain time. I feel like it's whoever ramps up at the right time and gets the right steam at the right time is just gonna be the team to win. And it could be the
And and
Knicks. It could
and
be anybody. The Knicks could start
and
rolling right
right.
now and just be unstoppable. You know,
It's
Jalen Brunson could just
it's
have
the
a
team that
a
comes
crazy
out.
run.
It's the team that comes out with the most adjustments. Because
Right.
that's the thing. That's the thing.
And the best player. I
When
feel like whoever plays the best throughout the entire playoffs, whoever stays the most consistent and who plays the best, like and dominant, like if Brunson can stay consistent every single series, I can see them winning the championship. If Joker could have an all-time dynamic playoff run, I can see him win. If Giannis can go crazy and be unguardable, I can see him winning. Tatum Brunson, same thing with them. You know, it's if LeBron could just have one last run, if Luca can surprise everybody and just go crazy and play defense or something, like you never know what can
yeah,
happen. It's
yeah,
super
yeah.
wide open, man. It's super.
No, and
And don't get me wrong, if people get hurt,
yeah,
that's another thing too.
that changes a lot of dynamics too.
Changes the
And
dynamic,
and
you know.
also, okay, the playoffs start, and once they start, there's no more running gun offenses. This is all get slowed down to half court to see
Yeah.
who has the adjustments, to see who has better plays. It's no more of this ISO bullshit. All those ISO players are totally eliminated. You have to play team ball. Like, it totally changes the whole dynamics of every team, because that's how I don't know, the playoffs is a different animal, and the crowds and the fucking noise and like it changes everybody. You know, some people turn the switch off like Harden, and some people turn the switch on like Butler. You know, like it's and the point guard from the Nuggets. You know, it's
Murray.
yeah, Murray. So and there's no more of this running gun or these ISO shit. It's all about half court offense and who has the best plays and who could adjust. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because you got the best play right now, but I'll adjust to you later. You know, and shit like that. Like it's a chess game for the coaches. It becomes a coaching thing, and that's so you can't really pick. Oh, I got the best player. It's not really always.
No, that's not always the case.
Not always the, that's not always the key.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the best record or whatever. You know, it's not always the key. It's like everybody starts at zero. Boom, we're all the same.
Yeah. I feel you.
It's the next season. It's the real season. If you look at it, right? This is the real season about to start.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I wanted to switch it over to the Celtics because being that they were they're technically they are the defending champions, so they have the right to defend their title. What are your guys' take on the Boston Celtics this year? There was a recent report that Jaylen Brown had just got a shot, like a shot injection into his knee. I'm not aware of his status on whether when or the timeline and when he's going to be coming back. But obviously, this isn't the overwhelming season that we had. The same hunch that we did last year with the Celtics. Like I think most of us could probably agree that the Celtics were overwhelming favorites last year to win the championship. But is the sentiment still the same this year? And what are your guys' prediction or theory in regards to the Boston Celtics?
Well, like you said, they're the defending champion. They have every right to defend their championship reign, whatever. But that injection, I'm not really too worried about it. It's just an injection, so it's probably just like a week, 2 weeks, probably day to day kind of thing. And
Unless they have a week off and stuff.
yeah, plus they have a week off. It's the play in, so I think he'll be fine. If anything, he may just miss like the first game of the season. They got home court advantage. They're one of the best teams, and they're playing whatever
the playing
AC.
team.
Yeah, they're playing a playing team that's gonna be super tired. I'm pretty sure they're not worried about it. Um, the Celtics, like I said, is wide open. So the Celtics have every chance to win the title. They have every chance to two-peat. I feel like they won't because I feel like them being the defending champions, teams are going to be gunning for them. Teams are going to play their absolute best against the Celtics going up until the finals. Because once you knock off the definitive champions, there's going to be a new champion, So I just feel like every team's going to give them their best. And, who knows? Anything can happen. Like I said, any injuries can happen. Anybody, if they don't have Jalen Brown, if he's hurt throughout the first round and dinged up throughout the rest of the playoffs, that is something that can impact their run as well. So, am I worried about it? No, but it's just, it's just wide open.
Mhm.
Like it's just so wide open. I like no matter what team we talk about, I just don't know. I just no team's selling me on the championship right now.
So you feel like it's really like out of the past maybe 10 years, do you feel like this is the most wide open?
Yes, it's more wide open than last year. It's more wide open than the year before because it's like
because if you think about it, last year wasn't even wide open. Because last year, everybody and
it's like last year you kind of had an inkling last year that Boston was going to win though,
right?
Because how they was playing all season, and like Cleveland's kind of playing like that this season, like as far as winning that many games, but then they never been there before, like as far as Boston, at least Boston lost in the finals, and they've been Eastern Conference Finals, Eastern Conference champions like at least 4 out of the 5 other times they've been there. You know what I mean?
They've
So
always
it's
been in
like,
that little war, like trying to get
yeah,
there
they
and then
always
lose
been
it
that
and
little
then
war
coming up
trying,
short,
right,
whatever.
right. So you always had the inkling like, all right, Boston has a chance, but like you don't see that in Cleveland. Like in
But
the
I
West,
feel you see that in the Knicks though.
you do. No, I
Which
do. No, I do.
that's
But the
how I
fact
feel.
that, but that's why I feel like if Boston gets knocked off some way somehow, then it's like kind of super wide open for the Knicks because you know what I mean. Like they can't really beat the top teams, but if they could beat the Pistons and go against like a team like the Pacers or like just like another, I don't want to say mediocre team, but like another, you know what I mean? Like not heavy
No.
hitter, but
Don't
like
if the Knicks get past the Pistons, their next round opponent is the Celtics.
yeah. And if they beat the Celtics, then like what's
Right.
stopping them? Like
Yeah. Then what's stopping them?
that's the
Because
ultimate confidence to take it all the way to the finals. You know what I mean?
right.
Like you just beat the defending champions. Like you know what I mean? Like that alone would there should be no reason why they can't take it all the way to the finals after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so because
I
they
think
have the
that's what I'm
personnel.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
They're
That
the closest
series.
team that looks like Boston, in my opinion. They're the team that
That's
looks
the series
closest to
that's
Boston.
key in the East. The Knicks versus Celtics.
Right.
Whoever comes out of that series, I feel like is the champion. I
Yeah.
don't think any
Yeah.
Western Conference
Well,
team
well,
can
well,
beat
well,
the
well.
Celtics or the Knicks.
I have
They
to
don't
say,
match up.
if
They don't
Dame
match
comes
up.
back, I cannot sleep on the Bucks. I can't, because Giannis is that dude. He is one of those type of players where like you just have to have him in the conversation until he gets knocked off. You know what I mean? So as long as he's still in
Oh
there,
yeah,
I can't just say, Knicks and Celtics and not mention the Bucks. You know what I mean?
because then
Like,
the Bucks would if the Bucks get past Indiana, which I think is going to happen. Then they face Cleveland in the second round, which I think they
and
can
they
beat.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I think
Yes.
if the Knicks beat the Celtics, then the Eastern Conference Championship is going to be Bucks and Knicks. Because the Bucks beat the Cavs. I don't think the Cavs are going that far.
You think the Bucks beat the Cavs?
I think the Bucks could beat the Cavs as well.
Yeah.
I feel like it could go either way. Like I said, it's wide open. It could go either way, no matter who plays. But I just feel like the Bucks does have what it takes with Giannis
I
to
think
just
if the
have like a
Bucks
monster
get that
series.
little oomph, that little
Yeah,
energizer shit,
yeah.
getting past the Pacers, I think they can't be stopped against the Cavs.
Giannis averaged 30 points, 9 assists. Excuse me, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, 8 assists. They're not stopping. They're like Cleveland's not stopping that.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna be able to
They
stop
don't
that,
have the
bro.
personnel to stop that. I mean,
Yeah, they're not gonna
they
be
are
able
a
to.
big team. They are a big team,
Yeah.
but they're not. They're not as a.
They'll be in
can't
foul
move with
trouble,
him.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll
they'll
be in foul trouble.
trouble. Exactly. They
They'll be in
can't
foul
move
trouble.
with him. They're not. They can't move with him.
But what you think, Cash? I didn't really hear your take on anything. Like, who do you think
Yeah,
is
he's
wide
like
open?
over
Like,
here.
what?
He's like the fucking kingpin over here. Like,
Yeah, you're walking around making
he's just
milkshakes. I hear your milkshake blender. You're muting your mic. I hear you. What do you got on this?
On the what are you asking exactly?
Like, how do you who do you feel like? I feel like I don't know who you feel like who do you think is gonna win? Like, who do you have winning it this year? Like, who's your team to beat? And who do you think is gonna win? Your
start off in the
opinion?
East. Start
And
off on the East.
yeah, it's off in the East. Like what's your team to beat?
Give my whole rundown, huh? Give my
Yeah. I feel like we didn't get your
we all
opinion
give our
all
whole
stream.
rundown except you.
Yeah, we've been here for an hour and a half. You didn't say nothing besides mediating everything. What's going on?
Well,
What are you, Molly Karam?
I don't wanna. No, okay. As far as the East, all right, so I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown on this. I really like. I mean, you guys might not be convinced by this, but I really like what I'm seeing from the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they have the personnel. I think they have the play style. I think they have everything needed to win a championship. It's just the fact that it's just unproven. You know what I mean? I think the fact that Donovan Mitchell has that experience and now he's the one leading the curve, and then it's a completely different environment, and you're starting to see everything start to sink in. It's just gonna, it just gives them a lot of opportunity. And I like what I saw from Evan Mobley this year. I think he made a huge leap. Do I think it's enough to go against somebody in a matchup like Giannis? Maybe, maybe not. But I do believe that the Cleveland Cavaliers are a better team than the Milwaukee Bucks, and I do believe that is enough. Obviously, the Cleveland Cavaliers are, probably their biggest threat would more than likely be the Boston Celtics, depending on how they come about that and how healthy the Celtics are. So that's going to factor into it. But to be honest, I wouldn't say like I'm really going out on a limb to say that the Cleveland Cavaliers are my favorite. But me and Josh did have this conversation in the last podcast. I don't think that this team will go pretty far, but I am excited to see what they're going to be doing in this series, particularly against the New York Knicks, which team I'm talking about is obviously
Pistons. Oh my God, guys. Now I know why you haven't been saying your fucking opinion all day. Go back to the mute your mic and make your fucking point, bro.
You know what I'm saying? No,
Go
but
ahead.
I'm not saying. Look,
ahead,
I'm
let's
not even having the Detroit Pistons beat the Knicks. I'm just saying, like, because now it's finally good to see the Detroit Pistons are actually embodying that, that nostalgic feeling that we had with the Detroit Pistons, with that grit, that toughness. I feel like with the Knicks, the Pistons have what the Knicks are supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? So that trait that you can't really measure. Like, we're talking about a team that won only 14 games last year. Yes, Cade Cunningham wasn't playing last season because he was hurt, but they only won 14 games. Now they're the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference, and not even in the play-in. They went straight to the playoffs. So it might be an over-exaggeration. Some people might say, hey, like they're young. We don't really know what we're gonna get out of them. This and that, yada yada yada. But I really like the combination of Cade Cunningham. I think he's balling this year. I think there's a very valid argument to say that Cade Cunningham deserves to be on the second, maybe even first team. I think first team is a stretch, but I definitely think he deserves to be on the second team.
First team is for sure stretch.
All NBA.
Yeah, yoga stretch.
Yeah, that's whoa.
I mean, I'm not.
All NBA.
Slow down, bro. First team All NBA. No, hold on.
Dog.
Hey,
Yeah, we already know who the first team is.
You
It's,
got five guards on the first NBA now.
Huh?
Wow.
I said you can have 5 guards now in the first.
No, for sure. But this the 6th seed still. So you got Donovan Mitchell, you have Shea, you have Brunson, you have you have a lot. You have a lot of guards, bro. Like, and this is all teams. So this is the West too. You got, Jamal Murray. You got come on, stop it, bro.
He's playing.
All right, maybe not Jamal Murray, but you know what I mean. Like, you know where I'm going though with it. Like, you know what I'm saying. Like, come on. You got Harden. You got Harden. You got Luka. You got Ant-Man. You see, since you want to go there, you know what I'm saying?
We
You still got people in
these
Houston
games though, because you still got factor in these games. Remember, the 65 game limit still has to hit.
Luka didn't play 65 games this season.
No.
Are you sure? No, I'm talking about with the Lakers and Dallas.
No, he didn't. He
played a cool
so maybe
40.
Okay, maybe a cool 40. Okay. Are you sure? Luka didn't play 65 games between the Lakers and Dallas.
No, he was hurt a lot with Dallas, though.
Yeah.
No, I know he was hurt a lot with Dallas, but okay, I just want to make sure. I just wanted to make sure. All right, but that still doesn't. But that all right, but that's fine. That's fine. But that still doesn't put Cade in first team All NBA though.
Yeah,
is what you know what I mean? Like,
but the first NBA is a lot, bro. It's a lot. We know it's gonna be first team All NBA. We already know. It's no debate.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Shea, Donovan, then it's Jason Tatum, Giannis, and then Jokic. There's no debate.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not making an argument. I'm just.
He might not even be third team All NBA.
Nah, he probably won't be, bro. NBA's competitive.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. Like he, like seriously, he might drop down to like third, bro. For real. Like that might be like the limit.
You got to put Harden in there. You got to put Edwards in there.
Harden,
you got to put
Curry in there. Like Jalen Brunson. What about Jalen Brunson?
Yeah, you got to put him in there. You got to put
Jalen Green.
In there.
I mean, not Jalen Green.
Nah,
Jalen Brown.
Green.
Not Jalen Green.
Jalen Brown ain't gonna make it out.
I mean, they're the second seed. Why? Like, what?
There's too many people.
It's too many people.
Yeah,
too many people. I don't think Jalen Brown gets in there. To be honest, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he gets.
I don't think he scratches that. And remember, all NBA doesn't have anything to do much with the record side of things. It's a lot more to do with player performance.
Yeah. You got to put LeBron in there for the culture.
Yeah, no, LeBron's gonna be in there for sure. LeBron's gonna be in there for sure. But and then as far as the West, though, I mean, the West is really the hardest to really to judge. But to be honest, though, Lakers in 3. Come on now.
Oh,
Y'all thought I was gonna go somewhere different?
Oh, where?
Come on, bro. Lakers is going
I knew you were
all
over
the
there.
way.
For real?
Oh, yes, sir.
For real?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Sure.
You can ask me, bro. You can ask me
What?
1,000 times. I'm gonna say yes a
For real?
1,000 times, bro. I'm gonna say yes 1,000
The
times.
Reds,
Man.
man.
Come on now.
Cash is getting
Naked,
threaded
bro.
on.
I'll put it like this.
What?
Lakers and OKC.
For real?
In the
He's crashing out, dog.
He's cashing out.
Lakers and
Scratch it
OKC, man. No, because wait, hold up. All right, so if they, all right, so let's say, all right, the Lakers is going to scrape the Timberwolves. I don't know what I was talking about with that, saying the Timberwolves, they're going to be a tough. Man, Luka going to scrape them boots, bro.
Oh, where?
He going to destroy the Minnesota Timberwolves. All right.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
Walk in the park.
Yeah,
Come on,
the
bro.
All
But
Star.
I'm saying, like, what about the big though? I feel like Rudy Gobert is gonna just fucking
Cash. I mean,
like
yeah,
we're not gonna be able to get
bro.
any rebounds, bro.
Come on,
That's what
bro.
I'm thinking
Bro,
too,
he
man.
had Rudy doing the nene last year, bro.
much-
You ain't talking-
The name.
Bro, Nas Reed.
Nas
on
Reed,
LeBron.
Nas
Yeah,
Reed
so-
now. He bringing up Nas Reed because he locked down Jokic last year.
Damn.
Well, now he logged down LeBron or Luca.
No, he's not, bro.
Hey man, I'm gonna agree with Cash. I'm not too certain about it, but like if I had to do a pie chart, I'm gonna say like 70% Lakers win that series, 30% Wolves. You know, that's how I'm looking at it, right? Because like I understand what Hawk and Rick are saying. It's like, you know, the Wolves are a much more complete team and the big men are gonna be too much. But I think there's a point in time where you gotta say, you know what, Luka Doncic is Luka Doncic. And I think that's what it's gonna come down to.
You think star power is gonna get him over the hump?
Not just star power, the type of star Luca is, because Luca's not no, you know, regular like top 10 player. Nah, I have him in the top 3 for a reason. So yeah, bro, just let Luca cook. You know?
Yeah, Luka's definitely gonna ball out this
Oh, he's
postseason,
definitely
but
top 3, and I
I
feel like he's gonna fall out.
if he had a big to
But yeah,
you know
that's the
to
thing.
set him a good
It's not-
screen, like he'll
Like I was
be
saying,
a little
like
better
I
off.
was saying earlier, it's gonna be team ball. It's gonna be half
Yeah.
court offenses. It's gonna be, you know, no more running gun, no more, you know. So that favors a bigger squad.
Yeah, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to backtrack because I thought the same thing last year with the Suns, bro. I thought you got KD and Devin Booker. You know, at the end of the day, Kevin Durant's Kevin Durant, and you know it's kind of like a similar situation to what the Lakers got going on versus the Wolves. I mean, the Wolves are definitely a complete team, but yeah, man, honestly, that one might be the most entertaining series for me because with that series, I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. Like, I really don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's a good series. That's gonna be a good series. I'm gonna be rooting against LeBron as usual, but I'm gonna be rooting for Luca. So I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
That's fun.
If you room for Luka, you room for LeBron too, man.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
don't talk-
Yeah, that's right.
Don't talk to me like that, dog.
LeBron. Yo, you guys think I should start
Yeah,
singing some
don't
more
talk about
LeBron
that.
James songs, or
Don't talk to me like that, dog.
should I
Bro, you
start singing
think-
some more LeBron James songs, or you guys had
Bro,
enough?
that's what y'all doing with Cash over there, like in his crib right now.
I got more videos I'll send you later.
Yo, Cash wakes up every day. His alarm is LeBron.
Bro, y'all stay on me about bro. And the crazy thing, I'm not a LeBron fan, bro.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, nice.
It's crazy because I'm more of a LeBron James fan than him.
Yeah, Ricky is definitely a LeBron James fan. I'm a Laker fan.
Oh, that's LeBron fan.
No, it's not.
LeBron James is my illegitimate father. Y'all didn't know
LeBron
that,
James is
but
not a lifetime Laker.
Yo,
It's the same thing.
I never told you guys that, but it's true.
Fuck, yeah. Oh, what?
Yes. He was gonna get me to the Lakers, but then it would have been too obvious. You know, he was like, all right, he gets this bum ass nigga to
Oh,
the
so
Lakers.
so he rather get Bronny instead.
Because Bronny's at least 6 foot, you know.
Wow.
But yeah, nah.
Can't wait to see
Lakers are
the
hard.
ultimate duo of Luca and Bronny.
No, that's gonna be that's gonna be horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like as soon as LeBron retires, the Lakers are gonna get rid of Bronny first chance they get. Not gonna lie. As
honestly,
soon as Bron retires, Bronny is out of there.
honestly, that's the same. That's the same thing as Jokic and Russell Westbrook, in my opinion.
What do you mean?
What?
whoa.
Russ is out of there this
Russ
season,
is-
bro.
Yo,
They're
Russ
getting
been
rid of
catching
Russ
way
after
too many
this season.
strays tonight, bro. We're not comparing no Russell Westbrook to fucking Bronny James, bro. It's
Bro,
not
Russ
what it
just
is.
lost him a game. Russ lost him a game
Yeah.
this season
Yo.
for
Bro, I don't want
everybody
to
to
hear that
watch.
shit, bro. Russ
Yeah.
is
They're
still
not keeping Russ, bro.
Russ still deserves to be in the NBA as of right now, bro.
No, he will be in the NBA, but Russ is not going to be
Yeah,
he's not going to be a Denver
Stop
Nugget next year,
bragging,
bro.
I'm
Russ will
bragging.
not
No,
be a
say
Denver
what you want
Nugget.
about Russ.
You're gonna see Russ in a team like
Russ should be like in the
Charlotte or
Wizards.
something next season. Yeah,
Russ
you're
is
gonna see him
catching
in the
strays.
next year. He's
The
gonna be back on
South
a
Bay
losing team.
South Bay Lakers.
Nah, like Russ
Bro,
is
what
still
we're
an
not
NBA
gonna do
player.
is compare Russ to no Bronny fucking James, bro. Get the fuck out, bro. It's a fucking future Hall of
If Russ
Famer,
is in
bro.
a contender,
And
he's gonna
Russ
be
has
in
had a lot
OKC
of
or
good
something.
games this season, bro. Russ he contributed to winning basketball. You know?
And
I
that
had more
ruined
fucking- I
Jokic's
had
greatest
better
game
games
of
than
all
Russ.
time.
Yeah,
They lost though.
What?
They lost though.
Well, because of Russ.
All right, man. So that's not the greatest game of all time. They lost.
It still is.
No, it's
I don't-
not, bro. They lost.
I don't
bro.
see your favorite player doing that.
My favorite player actually did do that, and it didn't take him 2 fucking overtimes to do it. He did it in regulation.
What, 60-point triple double?
Yes, my favorite player did do that. He didn't need
Yeah,
no
James
fucking
Harden
double
definitely
overtime. He didn't need to play no fucking 50 minutes of fucking basketball to do that, bro. He did that in regulation.
James Harden definitely won that game too.
I promise you, he did.
Yeah, he did. He did win that game. He didn't lose.
Fucking 55 minutes of basketball.
Who has like the most to gain in these playoffs? Who has the most to gain? Who has the most to lose? And the whole thing, the whole shebang. I think.
Say again?
Who has the most to gain? The most to lose?
LeBron.
LeBron?
What you talking about? Out of everybody in the playoffs?
I think it was a 2-person question. Just LeBron.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, LeBron wins another championship. It doesn't really like make him any higher in the GOAT debate. You know, whether he wins or loses.
He'll never.
Or if he loses, it won't bring him down either. Like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like whether he wins or loses, it doesn't like change his like trajectory in any way, shape, or form. You know, I feel like the greatest things he's ever accomplished is already accomplished. You know what I mean? So it's like just the longevity alone is like what's really kind of like cementing his GOAT status to me. Like the fact that he's doing what he's doing at his age.
We can calm
is
down,
what-
but
now, just no, all seriousness though, like what he's doing at his age is what's making me feel like, all right, nah, this guy's really the GOAT. Because at 40 years old, he's literally dunking on dudes, like going crazy. There's no way. Come on, bro. None of y'all guys, none of your GOATs now in the past
I'm
and the
gonna give you
present can
50.
do
I'll
that.
dunk on guys right now, dog. Let's go.
Not on LeBron.
I'll dunk on LeBron.
I feel like you could dunk on Joker, but I don't think you could dunk on LeBron. Not gonna lie. You might even be able to dunk on Harden.
I'll dunk
Not
on
on
fucking
LeBron.
Josh. Fuck that.
Yo, fuck that shit.
Now I seen Josh jump shot. I like Josh got jump shot.
Yo,
man.
Josh got.
Hey,
Yo,
appreciate
Josh
that,
got
yeah.
the Cam. What's his name?
Campaign.
Guy in the Knicks.
Oh,
Campaign's upper.
campaign.
Campaign's lower. Campaign's release. Campaign's fucking back behind the back.
So disrespectful.
Campaigns between the legs. He got he's the campaign clone, man. It's just crazy.
Ricky, I appreciate the kind words, bro. A lot of
Nah, yeah,
people
yeah. I see that.
say differently, but I've been working on it. I've been trying to get it a little smoother. Yeah, man,
Shoot
I'm
or
gonna
shoot,
say,
Josh. That's all I gotta say, man. Shoot or shoot, man.
yes,
Only thing
sir.
he's
Yes, sir.
missing is the campaign fucking Knicks jersey.
Anyways,
Everything else is
anyways. I'm, I'm, anyways, I'm gonna say Shea has the most to gain because if Shea wins a chip this year, uh,
no, he
you know,
don't.
me saying that he's the best player in the world won't be crazy to y'all. Because right now I say that shit and people look at me sideways. And, I want Shea to be in a position where you can look at him and say he's the best player in the world right now. For whatever reason, you know,
But that's not the
90,
question.
for whatever reason, 90% of NBA fans think it's like consensus that it's Jokic and like it's not even close. I think it's Shea. So if Shea wins a chip, then, hopefully that number will go down and people can start to appreciate the greatness that Shea is.
I mean, it's not that nobody looked at you sideways for saying that he is. It's just the fact that you said what I've been saying for a long time, that a championship or a deep playoff run would help cement that argument, bro.
Yeah, for any player though, it cemented Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis. It
That's
cements
always
Joker.
been,
Like,
always been my
yeah,
argument.
that's what you need when you're a player of that stature. You have to win a championship. That's why Luka has to win a championship, or Luka's gonna start being in that conversation with the Hardens and the Embiids. Like those, that conversation happens quick. Once you start turning 26, 27, and you still don't have it, that's when the conversation starts to change. Like, all right, you're not that good of a player that we think you are. You know what I mean? Because you don't have what it takes. Like, look at James Harden. Like, come on. James Harden's still a great player, bro. But he's not getting the credit he deserves because he just doesn't win. He doesn't have a championship. You know what I mean? Kawhi, you see Kawhi. Kawhi could take every other season off, but people still give him his respect because he's a two-time champion. And a Finals MVP. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like certain players just get that leeway. Like,
Right, but like Shea is still young, so if he doesn't win
no,
this
no,
year,
that's what I'm saying. He's still
nobody's
young.
gonna
No,
say
but Harden,
nobody's
Harden
gonna
was still
trash him or
young.
anything. He's
Harden was
still gonna
still
be
young.
elite.
But hold on,
You know?
Will. Harden
Yeah,
wasn't. Harden was still young until he wasn't young anymore. You know what I mean? Like, just like Embiid. Look at Embiid. Embiid's still young, but he just can't stay healthy. So it's like you have to win it when you can. Because anything can happen.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it's do or die for like Shea. Like if he don't win
No, it's not
this
do or
year,
die for Shea. No, it's not do or die for Shea.
he's
Because
still
he
like
could miss
elite.
all next season and get hurt and still come back and
Yeah,
be a great player. Like, he still has to put that in the
he's
promise.
still elite. He's still gonna be in the conversation of a
But how
championship.
about Luca? Do you feel like Luca has more to
Yeah,
prove? Like, because
No,
Luca doesn't have an MVP either, though. You know what I
I
mean?
feel like
Like,
what you're saying is true with Luca though. If
yeah,
Luca don't win
right.
soon, like it's that conversation's gonna be happening.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I think, like, maybe not this season, but definitely next season.
Yeah.
Especially with the Lakers, the pressure's always on. Now he's in the Lakers, like, it's going to be 10 times more pressure than it was
But
in
but
Dallas.
I saw something not too long ago about how Kobe used to criticize Harden. He's like, "Yo, Harden's never going to win a championship. That style is never
Right,
going
the
to
style of
win.
play. Yeah.
The style of play is never going to win. Nobody who plays that style ever is going to win a championship." But then the reason why I bring that up is because
That's
there
Luca's
were
style of play, right? Is that
yeah
what?
yeah
Yeah,
they
that
were
is Luca's
saying
style of
yeah
play. Yeah.
right.
Because I'm not going to
So
lie, Luca's style of play is very James Harden-esque.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
very, very
they were like
true.
what
Very
what
much.
what Kobe was saying was right, and it could be true now with Luca.
Right.
I could see that. I could see that, though,
Yeah,
But that's why it's very, 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 very critical that the Lakers get a proper big for Luca. Like, if the Lakers were to some way, somehow, I know it sounds crazy. I know I would never say blasphemy like this, but if the Lakers was some way, somehow able to trade LeBron and keep AD, then now we're talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like you know what I mean? Like, dynamic for a championship. Like, you have AD and Luca.
Oh,
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's a championship team, like no question. You know, like, but that's not what we have. You know, we have LeBron and Luca, and I'm happy with that. But I feel like LeBron. I feel like this. I feel like LeBron is gonna show you guys something you never seen before this postseason. Mark my words. I'm not speaking for the Lakers. I'm just speaking for LeBron. LeBron is gonna show out this postseason. I promise you guys this. Mark my words. This is gonna be his
Well,
last real postseason run.
but LeBron usually
Trust me.
doesn't he like usually
No, but
show
you're
up
gonna see
anyway?
something. Yeah, but you're gonna see something you never seen before. Trust me. I spoke to him after the Lakers game the other day.
Oh, word?
Trust me. Yeah.
For it?
Yep. He got something cooking up.
Oh, no joke.
He got something cooking up, man. Trust me. Jordan-esque.
You know what though? I like the way you answered that question though, Josh.
Oh, word? Of course you would.
Y'all can answer it the same way.
How he answered it?
He brought up a player.
A play?
A player.
Oh, a player. Okay.
SGA has the most to gain from winning a championship.
The actual. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the question. Okay, who has the most to gain? Okay, so Luca. If Luca wins the championship this year, like that changes the whole trajectory of the NBA. Like Luca wins the
That
championship
totally
this year.
fucks everybody up.
Yeah, that changes everything.
Yeah.
That changes everything. Like Luca will be the MVP next season. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna
Like
be
everybody at the
Luka.
Mavs organization is gonna get fired. Like it's
Right.
everybody up.
Exactly. Teams gonna start blowing
the
things
city of
up and
Dallas
start
might burn to the ground, bro. If that happens.
right. Like it's gonna be
Mikey
he has the
zombies are
most
running
to
around
gain
and shit in Dallas.
because the second he wins a championship, he becomes instantly the face of the NBA. Instantly. Lakers, Luca, it just works. You know what I'm saying? So the second he wins a championship, he automatically becomes the face of the NBA. Period. Because Giannis won one, he wasn't the face. Joker won one, he's still not the face. Tatum just won one, he's not the face of the NBA. But Luca wins one, everything changes. So I feel like the most to gain would be Luca.
Sure.
And I'm a LeBron James fan.
Shea,
like I said, he wins, it doesn't
if
change
Shea
anything for
wins,
LeBron.
he's not gonna be the face.
No,
That's so
absolutely
weird.
not.
Like, who's the face?
And it's still going to be wide open. It'll still be wide open next year.
Yeah,
like
like,
Shea wins this year, next year we'll have another champion.
Like,
I'm gonna say the guy.
Like,
Yeah.
why is that? Like, I don't understand why nobody is promoting.
Because can I tell you guys
the
something?
face
Can I tell you something?
whatever,
Can I tell you something? Can I
Let
tell
me
you
tell
why?
you.
LeBron is still in the
LeBron
league.
Jojo.
LeBron is still in the
Yeah.
league, bro. You can't have a face
So-
of the NBA with LeBron there. Like it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
So do me a favor, right?
Because you're gonna have players like you're gonna have guys like me still here. Screaming LeBron!
Go over there to go to the fucking arena and tell him to fucking retire. Then. Fuck.
No. LeBron, I want to see LeBron's not gonna retire until after next season. Cause like
Fuck.
Luca just
fucked.
added at least another season or two to LeBron.
Then we're fucked.
Like no matter how you guys want to slice it, like Luca just saved LeBron's career, like for sure. Might not win a championship with LeBron, but as far as longevity is concerned,
So
he
you
definitely
think
added a year.
their
or two.
first order of business is to get a big man? That has to be.
No, 100%. That's the first thing they're doing in the offseason is getting a big man. 100%. Remember, they already had their foot in the door in the trade deadline. The trade just didn't go through. You understand what I mean? Like they had their foot in the door. They traded for a pretty good big man.
Yeah, they did for the
Mark Williams is a good big man.
Williams.
You know? Yeah.
Why
So
didn't
that
they-
was.
why they,
Go ahead.
but they themselves got out of that trade. They themselves.
Yeah. Which in the long run might be the better decision, but because they still ended up locking up the 3 seed without Mark Williams. You know, so they're still in prime position to still. It's wide open. They could still win, but they're just at a disadvantage. So small ball can win a championship. We've seen it happen before, but
Because it's all in half.
know.
Like I was telling you before, it's all half court from now on. From
it's
here
all
on.
half court.
It's all half
all half
court.
court.
No more ISO
Right.
shit. It's all team
More
ball.
mid-range
So
game.
more mid-range game, and you have
More
LeBron,
mid-range,
Luca, and
not too many
AR-15.
threes. Yeah, everything gets consolidated. It becomes more pressurized. You know, like no more of these zone defenses. None of that bullshit. You know, like we're playing man to man.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Basketball.
What's up?
Do you think
Yeah.
Dallas makes it into the playoffs?
Tell
No.
them
No.
No.
And let me tell you this too. I can see a world.
Talk to me.
I can see a world where Grizzlies beat the Warriors in the first play-in, and then the Warriors play the Kings in the second play-in, and then the Kings beat the Warriors. So I can see that. I can definitely see that happening. So
You
watch
can
out
see
for
the
the
Warriors
Warriors,
and
man.
Dallas getting knocked off.
I can see the Warriors getting knocked off, bro. So
Wow.
just stay tuned. And that'd be bad for the NBA. I don't know if the refs will let that happen because they want to see Curry in the
Okay.
playoffs.
So let me ask you guys something else.
That's
'Cause
a
we all
crazy
know
statement,
Suns
but I kind of could go
Right.
with that though.
Yeah. I don't think the Warriors are as good as they're hyped up to be.
Yeah, I don't feel like the Warriors are as good as the media is making them out to be.
Do you
I
guys
think
think
in
the Suns
Memphis-
blow it up? And what do you
Yeah,
think
they have
Kevin
to.
Durant goes? Where does
No, the
Kevin
Suns-
Durant go?
Suns are definitely blowing it up, and Kevin Durant's going to end up in the Wizards.
No, stop it.
No, I think he's going to OKC or Memphis.
Oh shoot.
OKC or Memphis.
Oh man, okay,
Nah,
he's
nah,
not
nah.
going to give up. They're not going to make the stupid
If
mistake that
OKC
the
gets
Suns
embarrassed
did.
this year in the playoffs, they're gonna be in the Kevin Durant sweepstakes, bro. I'm sorry.
No, but they're not going to break up their team like the Suns did to get one
Bro.
guy and
Bro, they're
ruin
gonna
their
realize
chances.
that their team doesn't have what it takes, bro. Trust me.
No,
They're gonna be like,
no.
nah, what?
KD,
They're gonna be like, oh
KD will
no, what the
either
hell? These guys actually suck.
KD. There are three teams that KD's going to go to. He's either going to go to the Wolves, the Knicks, the Rockets, or there's four teams: the Wolves, Knicks, Rockets, or Nuggets. He's going to
You're
go
not
to one of
gonna
those.
Have any
Oh,
more
incorrect.
assets.
Nuggets? No,
Oh,
I don't.
incorrect. He's not going to no Nuggets. He's going to the
He's not
Heat.
going to the Knicks. The Knicks don't have
The Heat,
assets
okay.
to
See, now
trade
AK's
for.
cooking. I think he might go to the Heat. He
Yeah,
might
the
go to
Heat, yeah.
OKC or
not gonna
Memphis.
go
You
to
guys
the
can't
Heat.
sleep on Memphis. Don't sleep on Memphis, man. I'm telling you.
You don't want to go to fucking Memphis. And
You never know.
Devin
just wants the
Booker's almost guaranteed to be a Detroit Piston next season.
No, hell no.
I promise
Devin
you.
Booker's not. They're not getting rid of Devin Booker. They're gonna keep a piece to still build off of. I don't think they blow it
No,
up.
you can't build off of anything, bro. You have to get rid of Devin Booker, bro. This team is in fucking
Yeah,
prison,
they
bro.
can't
With Bradley
build
Beal.
off-
Devin
Yo,
Booker
Pat,
is
what do you think?
29.
You think they keep Devin Booker or they get rid of Devin Booker?
No,
They have to
give
get
him
rid of him.
I think they keep Devin Booker, bro, and I think he wants to stay with the Phoenix Suns. I don't think he wants to go.
I feel like it's up to Devin Booker. You know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah,
if
but
he
he
wants to
made it
stay, they keep
abundantly
him.
Booker
clear.
don't want to pay a fucking Bradley Beal no more, bro. I promise you, bro. But Devin Booker is what
No, Bradley
has-
Beal is out of there. He's out of there.
He
He's
can't be
almost
out of there. No one
guaranteed
wants
to be
him.
out of there.
He's not going to be
Yeah,
out of there. No one wants him.
Nobody
Yeah, but it's,
wants Beal,
yeah, but it's
dog.
not that easy to get rid of Bradley Beal, though.
And
No, he has a no trade clause.
trade
So,
clause.
yeah, so they can't just get
They
rid of
can't
him.
even trade him.
You're right. Somebody would
Stuck
have
with
to.
Beal.
But no. But hold on though.
They're gonna
Hold
have
on,
to get
though.
rid of Booker.
No, but Will, if they get rid of KD and get rid of Booker, then yeah, that I see him waiving his no trade clause. But if they keep Booker, he probably keeps his.
But
You know,
nobody
he probably-
wants him. He makes $50 million for the next 2 years, so $100 million
Nah, a team
in
will
the
pick him
next
up.
2 years, and no
A
one
team
wants
will
him.
pick him up.
Woo!
A team will pick him up.
Some
A
team
Clippers, somebody desperate to win, like the Clippers or something.
Bro, he's ass. There's no desperate to win, bro. He's
The
not
Clippers are
giving you
desperate
any
enough to do
value.
something crazy enough like that, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Norman Powell is better than Bradley Beal by far, too.
And then they'll trade Norman Powell for Bradley Beal. That's how crazy the Clippers are.
That's not true.
They
No, yo, Cash, to answer your earlier question, Cash, about who has the most to lose for this upcoming postseason. You know, I'm gonna say Lonzo Ball.
What?
Lonzo
That's the
Ball.
most random pull.
That is Tourette's right there. What?
Yeah, bro. I think if Lonzo Ball doesn't, make a big play in the playing tournament, I think he's gonna get a lot of criticism.
Wow.
Bro, no one gives a fuck. You might as well say Ben Simmons has the most pressure then.
Yup, for real.
Bro, you know how much Instagram followers Lonzo Ball has?
Bro,
How
who
many
gives a
Instagram
fuck about that?
followers Ben Simmons has?
Bro, come on, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's not the argument, bro.
You know how many fucking Instagram
Nah, bro.
followers?
Nah, bro, fuck all that shit, bro. I'm here to remind you guys who
Logan Paul
Lonzo Ball is. I'm gonna remind you guys who Lonzo Ball is, bro.
Yeah, and
This
you know
guy's
how
not
many
very
Instagram
history on
followers
fire.
Logan Paul has?
You know, honestly, speaking of Bo, LaMelo must be one of the
Yo,
most.
pause!
Pause. Super pause.
What he said?
This guy
He's
said
talking about
speaking
LaMelo is
of
the
balls.
balls.
most
Yeah, this
He's
guy
disappointing
talking
said
player
about,
in the
speaking of
speaking about
season.
balls.
balls.
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. I want to hear what AK has to say. I want to hear what AK has to say.
Speaking, did somebody say LeBron? Nah, let me stop.
Yo, what?
And yo, super pause.
What were you gonna say, AK?
That LaMelo is extremely disappointing with how much people praise him.
Yeah, I have to agree, man.
Wait, you said what? What about Lamelo? I'm sorry, it was breaking
That
up.
he's
He's
very
been disappointing.
disappointing this season.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
season,
yeah,
his fucking
yeah,
career. He
yeah.
that guy broke his own ankle last season. I told Josh, yo, this dude broke his own ankle, and he was like, "Stop." So I sent him the video, and he was like, "Oh my god, it's true. He broke
I
his
was
own
dying,
ankle.
yeah.
How did that happen?"
No, but I actually have a lot to say about LaMelo Ball that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I've never seen a player more in NBA history who's just there for entertainment, who's like more of like a circus show. I mean, this guy does not contribute to winning basketball at all, bro. Not even a little bit. Like you can say Trey Young's in Atlanta, to
I
sell
mean, what
tickets
about
and shit.
John Wall?
Trae Young wins, bro. He
There's been
wins.
plenty of teams. There's been plenty of players that
Not,
came into
not
the
like
NBA.
LaMelo, bro. Not like LaMelo. Look, John Wall at least
Nah,
got you to
come
the
on,
playoffs. He
man.
took the
Carmelo
Raptors
Anthony.
to 7 games. Carmelo Anthony, he won. He went to the playoffs a couple times,
Yeah,
bro.
he went to
LaMelo Ball,
the
bro.
Western Conference Finals too. You're
Yeah,
right.
this is just a guy that's there to sell tickets and put on a show, bro. Like this guy has no winning gene in this fucking in anywhere, bro. And he's always hurt. He never plays any games.
Josh, I
Do
told
you
you
think it's the
that
city
from
he's
the
playing
very
for?
first moment I
I
met
think
you.
No,
so.
bro. I don't think he's built to win,
Yeah.
bro. I don't think he's a winning player.
I told you that from
Nah, I
the
feel like
very
you put him in
first
a
moment
good,
I
better
met you,
city.
dog.
You put him in
I told
Brooklyn.
you
He
he's a
plays way better in
glorified
Brooklyn.
white chocolate. That's what he
You-
is. He's
Yeah,
there
you
for
did, Hack.
entertainment purposes. That's it.
Yeah, but this
And
is
he
on
was
the level.
promoted heavy by his dad, not by his play. By his dad and his shoe deal and all this other bullshit. And yeah, he's a
He might
glorified
be
white
he might
chocolate.
be the biggest shot chucker in NBA history, bro. And
You think
it's
so?
he just chucks up shots, man. And yeah, Hawk called it out, but I wanted to give him some time because Hawk called it out in like his second year. But yeah, we've never seen it to like this degree, bro. We've seen guys
Out of
like
his first year, dog.
his first year, bro. We've seen guys like even Trey Young, who's just there to put on a show and sell tickets. But at least Trey Young gets you some wins. This guy gets you no fucking wins at all. It's ridiculous. And the fact that LaMelo Ball is able to do what he does in the NBA, like the fact that he's allowed to do the shit that he's doing, like, it's more of like a compliment to him than like an insult. It's like, damn, like you're in the NBA doing the shit that you're doing. I've never seen anyone do the shit that he's doing, bro. This guy takes fucking like half court. This guy takes about 5 half court shots a game. He's fucking like just spamming dribble moves like it's 2K, bro. Like it's actually hilarious. Like if you actually watch a Charlotte Hornets game, bro, it's like what the fuck. And he does make them. Like LaMelo Ball is a good player, but I mean, I just never seen anything like
He
it, bro.
doesn't play winning basketball.
He belongs in the global in the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, I mean, but like we've never seen a player like LaMelo Ball, though. I'll tell you guys that right now. He's one of one for real. Not in a good way, but not in a bad way either. I don't know. It's weird.
No, I just think he just needs a better environment, better franchise. I just don't think Charlotte Hornets are one of those teams that prioritize putting sufficient enough personnel and talent around their superstar talent. I mean, around their y'all get what I'm saying. But they just don't do that. They're just known for just being ass, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna knock LaMelo this year because his numbers transcend what he did previously, right? Like, but what's legitimately been around LaMelo to evaluate his career properly in terms of success? You know what I mean? Like he's gotten better statistically. Like I'll definitely give Josh, like I'll give you a lot of leeway. Like I think he can play better winning basketball. I think he can play a lot more efficiently. I think his field goal percentages can be a lot better. But I wouldn't knock him for where he's at now because one, he's still young, and there's a very good chance he's probably gonna leave that organization, bro. And I think from that point on, I think we can really assess him from that point on, not with his stint with the Charlotte Hornets, because
But you know something, Cash. You know something, Cash.
Hmm.
As you all know by now, I always say that Michael Jordan is the GOAT of basketball.
Mhm.
You guys know that. But man, does this guy have the worst eye of talent in the fucking world? Because he has drafted some of the worst motherfuckers to play the game for that organization. That's one of the things that Mike used to bring up. Oh my God, the goat. He drafted LaMelo Ball. Yeah, that's not a good thing. If he thinks that LaMelo Ball is a good player, then that's not a good fucking sign for that kid. And that's what I fall back on. The fact that Michael Jordan has one of the worst eyes for talent. And if you look at his history since he took over the organization, of all of the people that he drafted, straight trash. Most of them not even in the league anymore. Straight trash. So if he picked LaMelo, the very worst.
That's
That's all
exactly
I got
why
to say about that.
Jordan's not the GOAT.
What the
What's-
fuck?
Yeah, he's the go-to
That's
basketball
exactly
playing
why.
the game.
Because
But
of that
but
right
but
there.
man,
Because the
You
whole
can't beat a GOAT if you
some
can't
something
draft.
that's outside of his career.
Yeah, what
that's
about
outside
LeBron trading his whole?
Being
What
alone.
about LeBron trading his whole championship roster for Russell Westbrook?
Nah, he didn't do that. Come on.
Yes, he
That was
did.
Rob Pelinka.
Oh, that was LeBron. LeBron wanted rest.
And then LeBron
You
got him
know.
right out of there. Smart man. Get him the hell out of here. And now we got Luca.
And now he's on AK's team.
Yeah, come on. Come on. Let's dump him over there. We're gonna send him to the team that beat us to make sure they never win again.
Fuck. That's fucked
And
up.
look what happened. They got Russ and their coach is fired. That's the Russ
Yeah, we're
effect.
taking it straight as all fucking podcast, bro.
I'll tell you, Russ is just a team destroyer, bro. You get Russ in your team, just stuff just not gonna go well, bro. Like they just fired Mike Malone and Russ is on the team. That is not a good look, man. I'm telling you.
and I've seen videos saying that he was the reason.
And it's crazy because if you look in the stories, it said a reason why they fired both the GM and the coaches because they couldn't get along on what to do with Russ. The coach wanted to play Russ or something or bench Russ.
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
it was
That's
just
what I was.
yeah, it was a lot of like they didn't know what to do with him. So like there you go. It's like Russ is you know what I'm saying? Like it's him. I'm telling you, he's a cancer, bro.
He's a kid.
He's a cancer, bro. He's a cancer, bro. Like, how do you destroy a championship team? It's crazy. It's crazy.
By signing a
So-
former league MVP.
Yeah, like Russ is not gonna be like out the league next year, like, but he's not gonna be a Denver Nugget, bro.
Nah.
He'll be in the Clippers or no, not the Clippers. Then he's damn near play for every team in the league.
He had to play for the Knicks.
The Houston, yeah, well, I wouldn't be mad at him going to the Knicks though.
I would be
Hawk
mad at
would.
him going to the Knicks.
Yeah, I
I'd be
could
pissed.
definitely.
I'd be
Yeah, I could
fucking
be pissed.
What do you think about that, Cash?
I'm playing for the
Russ
Knicks.
to the Knicks? Yeah, off the bench.
Nah, man.
I mean, Russ in the East wasn't bad. He was all right in the Wizards.
Nah, man.
He's all right. The Wizards.
Nah. Russ is good for like an upcoming organization, like an organization that needs
So Charlotte,
Yeah, like he can go to Charlotte. He
him
can go back.
and Mike. You know, he is signed to Jordan. Jordan Brand.
You know what I mean, I feel like that's more Russ's speed. I think Russ. I think Russ.
How about Memphis?
LaMelo Ball
How about him and Ja?
Who's more proficient?
Him and Ja, Dunk City.
Yeah.
What you think about that? That'll be
I
a
like-
real. That'll be a real
Only
tough.
one guy, Duncan.
That'll be a real aggressive. You know,
That would be
guard
nice.
lineup.
shit. I mean, the Grizzlies already fired their coach.
You know what I mean?
For no reason. Fired him for no
Yeah, that's what I'm
reason.
saying. That's what I'm saying. They fired him for no reason, bro. It's not even his fault. Like Job misses a lot of games, bro. How is that his fault? Like, what can he really do?
Oh, you guys seen that? How John Morant got his coach fired?
Yeah.
So what happened there is that, let me tell you what happened. The Grizzlies have a lot of pressure on them this season, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts. So this is the story. The Grizzlies were really good in the beginning of the season. They're like the second seed. They were winning a lot of games.
Right.
What happened was, what the coach did was he reduced Jaw's role in the offensive lineup because he was injured, but they were winning games. So Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bane were more the focal point of the offense than Jaw was. And Jaw's like, yo, fuck that shit. I don't like this fucking coach, right? He's not giving me my looks in the offense and shit. So, like, yo, like, fuck this guy. Fire his ass. Get me a coach that, like, centers the offense around me. So that's what they did. And even though Jaw's numbers have been better, they've been losing games and are now the 8th seed going into the regular season. So, what are your thoughts on that, bro? John Morant sounds like a selfish prima donna, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I heard about that, Josh.
Yeah. Me too.
I heard about
But-
that.
But like, how does the team feel about it? Because it's like it seems like they still rally around Ja every like when he won that he got like a game winner in one of those like stints that he was losing the games. I think he beat like the Heat or something like that. And like he got like a game winning layup and they all like it doesn't look like that like from the outside looking in, but I could see him doing something weird like that to like just boost his numbers, but I don't know. Like I don't like. I feel like their problems. I don't know. I don't think their problem was a coaching thing. Like they're just a young team. Like I don't know. I don't know.
They're young.
Yeah.
The difference between the Memphis
But
Grizzlies and the
Yeah.
OKC Thunder, they're
Right.
both young teams, is that the Thunder are a mature team
Right.
compared to Ja's irresponsible, they're all a bunch of kids just acting like kids, like a bunch of
Yeah.
fools. While OKC is like they're playing ball, they're busy playing ball, busy
Yeah.
worrying about winning. Like
Yeah.
while these guys are just kids, and it's that's always been their culture. If you look at it
Yeah.
back when
Zach Randolph.
they've always been like that. They've been a
Yeah.
bunch of kids having fun and shit. Like they're not a serious organization. That's the culture. So I do see, you know what I mean? Like I do see. Okay, yeah, let's cater to him, and the rest of the teams are still gonna rally around him because they're just a bunch of kids just having fun, like whatever. It's a bad look on him too. Where remember, was it a year ago, 2 years ago, where they asked him, "What do you think about the West?" And he's like, "I'm okay in the West.
We're good in the West, right?
We're good in the West." Yeah,
And they've been bad in the West
is
ever
trash.
since.
Yep.
Never won the West.
They've never been good in the West ever since. Right?
Yeah.
We good in the West. Never
Yeah,
won.
We good.
It seems like they struggling in the West.
Yep. Not because they're not a serious organization. That's basically what it is.
But it's a really bad look for John, though, because I want to
Yeah, it's a bad
emphasize
look
the,
for him.
the beginning of the season, they were playing great basketball. I was watching a lot of Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know why, but I just was. They were playing great basketball. They were moving the ball, shooting the three well, right? And John Morant wasn't a big focal point in the offense. John Morant was a playmaker, but he wasn't really scoring a lot, right? Desmond Bane had the ball more. Jaren Jackson had the ball more. But they were winning, man, and they looked good. But John Morant said, we need to fire this guy, and I need my touches. I have a contract with Nike. I have a shoe deal with Nike. I need my points. So what happened was, and he was probably jealous and envious that Jaren Jackson was an all-star and he wasn't this year. So they got rid of the coach, and they've been losing games, and they were looking shit going into the playoffs. And what I'm saying, if the playoffs come around and Josh shits the bed, and worst case scenario doesn't even make the playoffs, it's not a good look, bro. It's not a good look at all.
No, I agree with you though, Josh. I do.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, but and maybe if his immaturity is too toxic, and like the team's not like getting any maturity because this guy's like the head honcho, this guy's the focal point. Maybe it's time to trade him. Honestly, send a message to the rest of these young group of guys. That look, we're done playing. Y'all had your fun for 3 years, and it's time to be serious.
What
And
if
replace
they send
replace John
what if they
replace
send
John Morant with another point guard, and
Because honestly, what Josh is alluding to at the end of the day is that they don't even need Josh to win games. They're better off without him,
yeah,
right? They're better off with Josh. He was hurt, and they were winning. They were winning basketball team, and then he comes back and he totally disrupts their whole system. So is he really that necessary on that team? Maybe not. Maybe a trade would be a good move for the organization. Plus all the off the court shit that he brings to with his stupid little gun situation and shit. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's time for them to move on.
But is
Yeah,
Ja
he's
the
moving
most
on from guns to
disappointing
grenades
player this
now. Like,
season,
yeah, they
or
got
no?
Send him to the fucking Wizards, or to the Memphis
Kings?
to play with LaMelo. What's his
John
name?
Morant for Jordan Poole,
the
straight up.
Hornets.
The Hornets. Yeah, the Hornets.
I feel like I want to see Ja and Zion team up, man. I like seeing guys team up, man. I want to see Zion and Ja the same
I'd
team,
rather see Ja and LaMelo team up. Fuck that.
and I want to see
That tag team is gonna be
Joker
fucking
and
lethal.
Luca. Like Luca and Joker together would be a hell of a team, man. I really
I
want to
think
see
that's gonna
that.
happen, dog. I'm worried about that shit. I don't
I
want
feel
that
like
shit
that's
to
like
happen.
I feel like there's like a 65 to 70% chance that happens.
I want that shit to happen, but after I saw this video, I was like, "Oh shit, this better not happen, dog."
And then AK is gonna be a Laker fan, and it's gonna be like full circle.
Yeah, the AK is gonna be a
Me,
Lakers
AK,
fan, and
and me,
I'm gonna
AK,
have to
and
turn
Pat
on him
all
and
in
shit.
one team.
I'm gonna have to turn on the AK and be like, "Yo, what the fuck happened to you, dog?
We're all gonna be. Then
You used
AK
to be the
is gonna
only
play.
reasonable
It's gonna
one.
be. It's gonna be.
What
It's gonna be
happened?"
Luca, LeBron, and Joker, and then AK is gonna have no choice but to root for LeBron. It's gonna be perfect.
Bro, if that happens, LeBron will be nowhere near NBA.
Never say never, man. LeBron could play till he's 45. Joker's here? Oh yeah, for sure. I'm chilling.
Yeah, you know that. Yo, Joker, fuck that shit. I'm not
He's
retired.
gonna have Bryce in there too. It's gonna be
I got
Bryce,
5 more
Joker,
years, dog.
Luca, and Bronny.
I
In
got
one
5 more
team.
years left, man. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, those three, it's like who needs to play defense when he can score 180 points in a game?
Right. But now you're right though. If they do
Unstoppable.
ever get Joker, they'll probably wait till LeBron retires though. They wouldn't be able to afford the teams of like no. I don't think no team can afford having like 3 top 5 players in the NBA. That's crazy.
Because Joker already makes a Superman.
Yeah, they all gonna literally make because LeBron, you got even at his age, he'll probably still. Well, no, because I think
No, Joker's not gonna. No, LeBron, no.
nah, he won't be
They're
able to
gonna
make.
owe Luca. They're gonna owe Luca some
Because don't
money.
they pay you by how many years you played too though? Because LeBron's still getting like what 50? Isn't LeBron still getting like 40? How much LeBron getting this
He's
year?
getting 50. He signed a two-year,
Like
$100
50,
million
right? Like he's
contract.
still getting 50. Yeah, he's getting 50
Crazy
mil.
overpay. Lucas getting less than that.
But
Yeah.
LeBron apparently he might be restructuring his contract though.
Yeah, he might have no
Yes.
choice but to do that.
He already restructured it, and he's gonna do it again. That's the whole point. That's why the Lakers
If
are.
LeBron some way does something miraculous, like, hey, look, I want to take the vet minimum or the mid level and like leave the Lakers that much money to make room to get other things, then where the ball's really gonna be rolling.
It's not that he's spreading it out. He's doing the smart thing and spreading it out. So it's not.
Yeah,
So he's gonna get his money at the end,
yeah,
regardless. But in the immediate future, they could afford talent because of the way he's restructuring his contract. That's the reason why Brunson did the same thing. He's still gonna get his money, But the way he's restructuring it, you could have a fucking squad like you have, You still lose some money at the end, because like Brunson's losing like $5 or $6 million on the deal that he made or some shit like that. I forgot what he's losing, but at least he's gonna win. At least he's got a winning squad.
Yeah.
And LeBron is doing the same. That's why he did that the first time, and I heard that he's going to do that again because at the end of the day, why play basketball if you're not going to fucking win? What's the point?
Yeah.
Just to play,
Yeah, basically.
That sucks, dog.
Out on the points, man.
Yeah, I don't feel
But
too
this is the
bad
first.
for
This is the first season LeBron just ended his streak. He had a 20-year streak of averaging 25. So this is definitely the latter half of his career, though, for sure. Like he doesn't have that much longer. You know what I mean? It's the first season he's not averaging 25 in 20 years. So that's a big deal because I'm pretty sure he's not going to want to keep dropping his career averages. No matter how much points he's adding.
You guys heard about the Bobby Bonilla deal, right? The baseball.
The what?
The Bobby Bonilla deal.
The hell is that?
So back in the '90s, right, there was a superstar. His name was Bobby Bonilla. He used to play in the Pirates. So he signed with he got traded to the Mets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was up for the extent for a new deal, right? So, but the Mets didn't have the money to give him the contract that he wanted. So they said, okay, we're going to give you a contract where we're going to pay you X amount of dollars now, but every single year until the year 2032, you're going to get $1 million. And he's like, all right, cool, I'll do it. Boom, he signed. Dude has been retired since late 90s, and we're still paying this man $1 million every year. And I forgot, I think it's on May something is Bobby Bonilla Day. Like the whole story comes up again. The whole story comes up again. Well, we still pay Bobby Bonilla. He's been, he didn't even bring us a championship or anything. We're still paying his.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But honestly, somehow, some way, that contract's still better than the Bradley Beal contract. I don't know how. It's just,
No, because the owner of the Mets was promised some money from Bernie Madoff or some shit like that. So when that whole scandal happened and Bernie Madoff went to jail because he stole everybody's 401k and all that shit, and he never gave the Mets any money, then the Mets had no other choice but to sign that contract. Some shit like that. I had to do something like that. Yeah. Every year we pay that fucking douchebag $1 million. So he's a millionaire for life.
yeah.
And he didn't do shit for us. And then I think we traded him, and then he got another contract. We traded him to the Marlins, and then he got a contract with the Marlins or some shit like that.
I think Artem should get traded to Haiti.
Garland?
Fucking Lakers.
I think Artem should get traded to Haiti.
Oh shit. That's fucking crazy.
Bro, like you would get traded straight to Jamaica.
Oh, what? Gladly, bro. They got nice, beautiful women over there.
Beautiful beaches and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we hit
And like the best fucking weed in the I don't know.
Facts.
Hey, but I'm gonna end it here though, because we hitting that 2 hour and 30 minute mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word, bro.
Cooking. I got class tomorrow.
Yo, Josh, I got a bone to pick with you, dog.
Yo, bro, never say that again, bro.
Yo, Josh,
What?
I need to talk to you, dog.
About what, bro?
I need to settle a few things with you, dog.
Okay. The floor is yours, huh?
You said that when you fucking moved in, we were gonna fucking go to town on Pro-Am. What the fuck?
Yeah, we're supposed to, bro, but, bro, I just got too many bitches on my dick.
Stop lying, bitch. All you do is fucking buy toys and play with your toys. That's all you do is
Yeah.
play with your toys all
Toys.
fucking day and then post it on Snap while you're playing with your fucking toys.
Holy shit. Yo, Hawk, my bad, bro. I can't run next week either because it's Easter and I'm with my family. But I can run the week after.
I mean, yeah, Easter's gonna be rough. Hey, speaking of toys, did you get the other Grimace?
Nah, bro. I have 2 more Minecraft meal toys. One's for my sister, one's for my girl. So I'll let you know what they get when they open it.
They're all Grimaces. It's a fucking scam. I'm telling you. It's a fucking scam.
Did you get it yet, Hawk?
No, I'm waiting for you, but I'm gonna have to fucking get one tomorrow because you're waiting for you. It's like fucking watching paint dry. Fuck.
Yeah, bro. You're gonna have to get that shit eventually. What about any of y'all? Y'all get the Minecraft movie meal from McDonald's?
What is it, like come with a souvenir or something?
Yeah. Come to
with
the
a fucking
Minecraft toy. Yeah.
And what happens with the toy? What is it, like something like what?
Nothing. It's just a fucking.
Yeah, what type of question is this, bro? What do you mean?
I mean, what is it, a collectible?
toy.
I mean, it's a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
Happy
yeah.
Meal.
Yeah. It's a collectible, but like it's but it's sort of like a deluxe collectible, bro.
You guys are
That's
tripping
the
on me.
issue.
What the fuck? I never knew. I didn't know what the fuck. Is it gold or something?
No, bro. See,
Yeah,
that's the
it's a
issue. That's the issue with
toy.
people, bro. People get greedy, bro. Always want something more than like what's there, bro. It's a
No, because
toy,
I
bro.
remember
Like
Happy
it's
Meals.
not gonna suck your fucking
Because the
dick.
only reason
It's
why I
not gonna
said
suck
that,
your
because
dick, right? It's just a toy.
yeah, because Josh, Happy Meals aren't the same as they used to be. Like these shits fucking suck, bro. Like
Yeah, I know
so.
they suck. Yeah, but these ones are good. They're like crazy good.
Oh, okay. Because I remember when I was a kid, like they used to actually have real good toys. Like you'll get
Yeah,
like
it had
a
really,
Tarzan
really
action figure or some crazy shit like that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is that Ricky
No,
bought that.
Josh still.
Ricky bought
so
that
the
Barbie
reason why.
LeBron doll. You know what I'm talking
oh, you know
about?
that's coming, AK. Come on, you know that's coming, and it's gonna be dead
LeBron.
stock. I might
Oh
buy two.
shit!
You
Yeah,
make
you
it
were
I
seem
doing
might
like
keep.
you make
I might keep one and play
Barbie
with one.
LeBron
Okay.
shit, yo.
I might keep one and dress one up just like me. Look just like me, like LeBron version of me.
Yeah.
That's good.
Come on, man. And I'm gonna have him fuck a Barbie.
Oh shit!
Damn.
You can put a sign on that Barbie saying "I like BBL."
Nah, this was a good one though.
She got cheat on Ken with LeBron. LeBron.
That's going to a private folder for you too.
Come on, man. I might record it and make it an OnlyFans series and make some money.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Yeah, like Robot Chicken.
Yo, I heard that Jalen Brunch man only eats brunch. He doesn't eat breakfast or lunch. Just only brunch.